Let's get this show on the road.
On this hump day.
Happy hump day to everybody.
Yes.
Whatever the fuck that means.
Hump day.
No,
Is
actually-
anyone still calling it that?
Nah, it's...
No.
Well, I'm sure the Jocktober shows are,
Yeah.
but nah.
Nah.
No,
Hump day.
we're bringing back Whip 'em Out Wednesday. More and more WOW stickers are making their way out there to the streets of the United States of America.
Saw a vehicle this morning as I was cruising down the expressway. WOW sticker. Very dark tinted windows. So I kind of pass him, and then he drives up next to me with his window rolled down and kind of put his arm out the window like, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
And then I just proceeded to do about 90 miles an hour past him. But
Left him in
Yeah.
your dust.
But he, fan of the show, had a sticker on there. It was nice to see. Nice to see.
Right on. And I think we're running a promo still. How you can get your WOW stickers, I hope so. Although
Yeah.
I heard they ran out, but I think they ordered more. We ordered more. We got more WOW stickers, Danny. That's
Could I
good.
have one of your papery snot rags, please?
There you go.
Just need one of the
Tissue.
This one to sop up some mucous membrane.
Yum, yum. You got the swine flu.
Well, yeah. I just figured I'd bring it in and give it to everybody.
You know, the panic of getting the swine flu
Worse
has
than the swine
everybody
flu?
in a tizzy. I want to be the first person to admit that I just want to get the swine flu and get it
just
over
wanna
with.
get it?
I just want to get it over with.
Then you'll be immune to it.
Yes, because we're all
Yeah.
going to get it. And every time I have a sniffle, a cough, a scratchy throat, liquid diarrhea, fucking whatever.
Yeah, you're like swine flu.
Right.
Here it is, finally.
And then I wonder. No, I guess it's just the cold. So then I'm waiting for this swine flu thing that inevitably,
Yeah.
most of us are going to get this year, and most of us will do just well with.
Yeah. Most people just get it. It's like anything else.
Yeah, I mean, a few of us will die, but
Yeah.
people have been dying since the beginning of time.
Apparently. I think so.
I just want to get it out of the way. So if you have it, just find me and just cough in my face.
Really?
Yeah.
Just hack right at you.
Well, the wondering is what kills you more than just getting it. What is this? Let's go to Brian in Buffalo. Brian, what's going on?
Buenos noches. Hey, boys, last night this girl had this guy, she let him motorboat her for his birthday, and he turns her over on the table and he gives her a garbage barge.
What's a garbage barge?
Oh, Jesus.
It's where you stick your face in your ass and you go,
You've heard of the garbage barge, Jimmy?
I never have, no. It rhymes.
Garbage
It's like doing a motorboat, but with the girl's ass?
yeah.
garbage.
Oh, my
Hey,
God.
It's kind of
Jimmy, I
funny,
loved the
though.
line yesterday. I
Huh?
loved the line yesterday. You're half a person. I spit my coffee out all over
I
the
don't-
computer screen.
I don't remember what I said, but thank you.
When we're talking to the sideshow guy?
Oh, okay.
Maybe?
Yeah. Later,
Okay.
boys.
I want to go to that haunted house that he talked about.
Ah,
Oh, maybe I don't.
Scary.
Did you like the sideshow guy yesterday?
I did, but that haunted house sounds really good. They run. It's like a 3-hour trip through it.
No,
It's
it's
a
not.
long-
That's the line.
No, but the trip through
That's
is
the
also
scariest
long.
It's,
too.
part.
it's not a 3-hour trip, Jimmy. You'd be scared out of your mind.
I would be. I don't like being
They would have
scared.
to take you to the hospital.
But
You
you go.
can't be scared for 3 straight hours.
It's a hayride. It's 3 different haunted houses.
Hey.
2.
I
Sam
thought
went through it.
it's
I got it.
3. I bet you're wrong. It's 3, and it's also a hayride and 3 haunted houses and a sideshow. The haunted houses.
Haunted houses.
But, I want to go up there.
Yeah, we
The
should
line
go
is
up
3
there.
hours, though.
Yeah,
Is it really?
I think so.
What is it, like a better spooky world? Or
Well, that's why I don't go to those places.
Sam said it's
I
great,
know.
though.
Well, we were at the best. Why?
Yeah, why go to any others?
What was that?
Spooky World up in Massachusetts.
Yeah, remember
I don't
that?
go to those haunted houses because I don't feel like waiting around for hours on end.
Yeah.
I was walking through one time, and the man jumped out, and he had on this outfit. And I went, oh.
It's very scary when it's all pitch black and someone just goes right in your face.
These
very
are in the,
frightening.
this is in the woods, he said, in a cornfield.
It's very
It's not
frightening.
hour-
frightening because
it's an
they're
hour
not
there.
allowed to touch you. Just tell the person, you
I don't
can't
care.
touch me.
They walk up to you, and it's very scary.
Get away from me. You're not a ghost.
Very scared. I'm scared of the spooks and goblins.
Yeah, John Shaw was all right. Was that his name, John Shaw,
Yeah, I liked
yesterday?
him. Yeah, he was good.
With his weird beard and his, the eyelid trick was good. You hung fucking hooks out of his eyelids. And then and stretched him out a little bit as he was hanging a paint can full of water from his eyelids. How is it a 3-hour fucking trip through the haunted houses and the corn maze there, Sam?
The whole thing, it takes like 2 hours to do the whole thing.
Fuck, you were right, Jimmy. Well, no, you weren't right. You were almost.
I don't like the way you said, yeah. Like you said, it's 3 hours. You went, yeah, it takes 2 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, it
The
could
answer
take
would be no,
3
then,
hours.
That
Sam.
means Jimmy was 2/3 right.
But the lines aren't that bad. The really bad line is the beginning of the thing because you have to like order your tickets online and then go and wait online to pick them up.
Mm-hmm.
But
Doesn't sound.
if you just go to the side, like Jess and me just went to the side of the line and just kind of jumped in. We waited for like 10 minutes.
Yeah?
Yeah, people
Yeah.
don't
So you
like that.
cut.
No, the people behind us were really pissed off.
Yeah, why wouldn't they be? You cut the line.
Yeah, we did. We
I
cut
hate
the
people
line.
like you.
You wouldn't cut the line though.
Well, when
you
I
know,
have an
so then-
opportunity, I certainly
Yeah,
do.
so
But,
let me-
but then when it
tell
happens
you.
to me, I'm very, very pissed off.
You know what it is, though? It's just another part of Sam's culture.
It's my culture.
Line cutting. You ever been to Great Adventure?
Yes, I've been to Great Adventure.
Let me tell you about the line cutting that goes on there.
We just
With
cut that
certainly
one
certain
line.
people.
I've never been to Great Adventure.
Did they cut the line there?
Oh, it's horrible.
There's-
It's a Great Adventure just getting out alive. Hate that place.
It's a great.
Why would you go to Great Adventure?
Scariest part is it. I would always get dragged there by some broad that wants to go, I want to go on the roller coaster. I want to go. And you sit there. They actually get on, I swear, probably 2 roller coasters in an 8-hour stretch.
It's not worth it.
It's standing on lines for hours on end, being assaulted.
You're not being assaulted.
by criminals.
Ruffians.
Yes.
How the fuck are you being assaulted? Come on.
By a look.
You gotta go early.
Really
go early.
Mentally assaulted.
So I'm not doing the haunted house thing.
Why?
I want to
And then-
go.
and
You
then-
don't have to wait on the line.
You won't have to because they have screen passes.
No, that's great, but then you feel guilty as you're walking past everyone.
Guilty?
I swear to God, I'm that guy. I
Hell no.
can't do that. I feel fucking guilty.
Because they'll think you purchased a screen pass because
Yeah,
you can
that's true.
buy a line cutting pass.
You can?
Yeah.
How much
It's
extra?
like $25, but they'll give you one for free. I'm sure.
$25 extra dollars
Yeah,
to
we
cut the
didn't
line.
buy that. We just cut it.
But then you have to wait on the line of
Just cut that one.
line cutters, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
So how do you
but
how do you not wait on that line?
Cut
another
them.
another $25.
Just walk to the side. Just
Wait,
right
do you
in
have to
front of
wait?
them.
Do you have to wait in line to get in each house, or once you're off, you're off?
Once you get off the hayride, you have to wait online.
Again?
But then after that,
Oh, my God.
I mean, it's like a short line after that.
And then through the houses, you don't. It's like
Not
you have
really.
to you have to wait on a line to be scared every room. Oh look, this is the headless man. There's a long line.
Actually, the third house it takes like 15, 20 minutes to get in, but that's because the line moves so slowly because nobody's paying attention to the line because John Shaw is performing right in front of the line, so everybody's watching him and not
Oh,
realizing
Well, that's not smart.
Go.
there's a whole bunch of people that they,
Was it scary?
it was scary.
Did you go, ooh, a
Yeah,
few times?
I jumped.
What was the scariest thing that happened? You were walking through with the lovely Jess, and what happened?
Well, because the thing is, sometimes you think, oh, it's a dummy. It's just a 'cause
Yes.
sometimes it is.
E-Rock. It's like, oh, I'm at work. This is scary.
Every one of us just was like, all right, what are we doing this one?
Jess hates the chainsaw people. 'Cause they
yeah,
have the
that's a
chainsaws.
big one.
But they don't have any chains on them.
But
Look
Jess
closely.
Jess points out what happens if they accidentally forget to take off
Oh,
the chain.
yes, that'll
okay.
happen in a movie.
Yes, and that's true. And I reminded her that could easily happen,
Yeah.
Just so she could get really scared.
or that
and
somebody
grab you tightly.
crazy could sneak in and pretend to be an actor, but in actuality they're a
Oh,
real killer hanging out in the haunted house.
Haunted houses suck.
No, not
Usually
this
they do,
one.
but this
Not
one sounds
one.
good.
I'm not going. You're not going.
I am going.
No
I
one's
would
going.
Let's all go as a show.
No.
Why would I go?
I'm not waiting on no stupid line.
You don't
Although-
have to wait online.
That's a fun idea, actually, as a show. If we all went,
all of us.
We did that.
When?
Ooh, he did it.
That's Spooky World.
This is better than
Massachusetts.
spooky.
Yeah, this is a better crew.
Well, then we're walking through the haunted area because they didn't even have a house. It was just this haunted area. This weird place would be haunted. And in the middle of everyone getting scared, there was a fan that said hi to us. I'm like, could you just scare us, please?
It was some guy who's dressed up like as
He
a
steps out
vampire.
of character, goes, "Oh, love your show."
Yeah, and he had like fake teeth in and stuff, so you could barely hear him. He's like, "Open Anthony, love the show."
I was like, "Thanks, buddy,
yeah,
but
take us right out of it. Thank you."
you know what? We're here to be scared, so do your job. We do our jobs."
The only thing that took us out of it was when we went to the last house, somebody in a wheelchair was before us. And so they let him in. And there's this part of it where the walls are like air is blowing it and it's nylon, so it feels like the walls are closing in on you as you go through it.
Ooh.
But the person in the wheelchair got stuck. And so one of the monsters came out to scare someone, and the guy goes, "Look, my sister's in a wheelchair and she's stuck." So the guy took off his mask and helped her.
There you go. You're out of it. You're out of it.
Wait. She was in what was she stuck in? He should have just yelled, "Boo, boo, boo!" He should have screamed scary stuff at her and tipped her chair over. That's what a monster would have done. Can you imagine if he had just tipped that fucking old turnip legs over on the floor?
Throw her in a pond.
There's a monster stepping on my sister. She's in a wheelchair. He's kicking her and yelling worthless things at her.
Well, if she can't feel nothing, you might as well.
Exactly, just
make
kicking
it
her
fun
legs.
for everybody else.
He was a very scary-looking monster before he took off his mask,
Took his
and it was
mask
just some
off.
goofy
college
teenager.
kid. Yes, exactly.
What? I'm fucking not
just some
going.
white kid.
I'm not going.
Why? It's fun.
It sucks.
It doesn't suck. I think
Oh,
it's
somebody's scared.
I think so too.
Yeah, that's
I think
me,
so.
Sam.
He's frightened.
Scared.
Yeah, that's me.
Frightened.
What if
That's
there's
me,
real
all right.
goblins?
That's what Bob Eatman does for money around the holidays. He just comes out and talks to people. Oh my God, there's a real dead person with a briefcase. He's not aggressive enough.
House is haunted with boredom.
And then fucking Latka's priest brother of his.
Yeah, they should do a little something, something.
Oh yeah.
October should be their favorite month of the year.
When's that ghoul coming into town?
He's coming in soon.
Today.
Is it today?
Is it
If you read
today?
your email, yeah, today. He's
I
gonna be in here.
did. I didn't know if it was today or tomorrow.
Yeah, he's going to be in today.
You gotta get Jonathan not on the phone on the show, maybe this week or something, because he was away. He was in a war zone.
Who? Oh, Jonathan?
Yeah.
Where'd he go?
Bad place.
Where?
Somalia,
No.
Afghanistan. Why
Your
would you
manager
go there?
went to Afghanistan?
What's he doing there?
What's wrong with
On
him?
vacation? Just hey, this is fun.
Him and his big fucking mule?
He's a thrill seeker.
I don't know why he does that stuff.
He just wants to go and
What did he say about it?
yeah. What's he doing?
I haven't talked to him yet, but
Is he
very
looking for
briefly.
Bin Laden? Is that what he's doing?
I don't know.
Probably said, well, I heard there's some good hiking in Afghanistan. I decided to
Yeah.
hike in the mountains.
Yeah, the mountains are really nice and they're
You know-
mined, so you never know if you're going to blow up.
Right. And you get away from that terrorist thing, man. It's some beautiful hiking
Oh,
trails.
beautiful country there. Let me tell you.
And I know he said that when you leave the, when you leave the airport,
Right.
you went in the airport,
Yeah.
you're in traffic. You get security with you, but
I would. Yeah,
you're
yeah.
just
They
in traffic.
just walk
In
up to you
traffic
and
in
a place
blow
we're
your
in a
head
war.
off. Yeah.
Yeah, where
There's a
they
war going on.
might not like Americans too much.
Oh boy, did I see a show last night. I hate these shows, but I'm compelled to watch them these days. 9/11 shows. This was The Secrets of 9/11.
Yeah?
The Secrets of 9/11, and it wasn't your run-of-the-mill conspiracy show. It was pretty much all backed up by fact, and it was just the cavalcade of government fuck-ups from the original 9/11 basement bombing with the truck,
In
all the
93.
way up to and past the 9/11 airplane attacks, and just you realize, yeah, this was just the government completely dropping the ball on intelligence. Like they knew some of these guys were terrorists. They had these memos that said that people were going to use planes as missiles. They didn't know where exactly, but they weren't sharing information with each
Who,
other.
FBI and CIA?
Yeah,
Yes.
and then goddamn Clinton administration. Holy shit, did he get off the hook with this one? He had probably 4 instances where he could have killed Osama bin Laden, And the plans were laid out, ready to go. And the last minute, they all sit in the White House briefing room and throw shit back and forth and go, well, there might be a little too much collateral damage. He's here. We know he's here. But then they saw some plane from the United Arab Emirates on the runway of this camp where they were having some kind of Falcon competition that Osama bin Laden is into, and a lot of Middle Eastern guys, they do this Falcon hunting. And he was there. And the whole camp. And they planned on just bombing the fuck out of the camp and killing this guy. Because at this point, it already bombed the embassy. And I mean, they really knew this guy was into some heavy shit.
At that point, when 9/11 happened, I knew it was Osama bin Laden.
Yeah.
So by then, we all knew who he was, too. People knew his name.
Everyone.
Yeah, that's true.
And CIA, FBI knew who he was. Like I said, they weren't trading information. But like in 4 instances, then they had the Predator drones that saw him. They saw him. He's in this white robe, tall guy, surrounded by people where he was supposed to be. And they didn't launch Hellfire missiles because the CIA and the military were arguing over who would have to pay for the Predator if it crashed or something. So it became this big red tape bullshit story. And scrambling jets, that was another thing. The FAA never was told the military. 3 instances, the 2 into the Trade Center, the 1 into the Pentagon, and then no one decided to call the military because the one guy that was supposed to do it at the FAA wasn't available. And they're like, there's only one guy that could call the military and actually get things going.
Why wasn't he available?
Exactly.
What are you doing?
He was probably
and people would go,
probably at a sporting
because,
event or something.
Because it's a conspiracy, man. You know what it was? It was just a complete breakdown of governmental communications and policy and red tape and bullshit.
Maybe he didn't want the responsibility.
Yeah, that's what they
said. Of calling in a strike on civilian airliners.
Dude, they played a clip of guys from the FAA talking to each other, and someone said, "We got another plane." And he goes, you think we should scramble some jets on this one? And the other guy goes, I don't know. I'll have to get back to you on that. And the guy goes, we're going to have to do this within the next 10 minutes. And the guy goes, I'll get back to you.
That's a tough decision.
And then no one ever gets back to anybody.
That's the easiest way to get around something.
Yeah.
just
don't pass the buck.
Yes.
We've seen it here on the show.
Right. Everyone does it.
And then Cheney gave the shoot-down order for any future planes.
He did.
But he didn't have... He wasn't the one that is able to do it. Only the president can do it. And Bush said he had done it when, in fact, there's no record that he had given that order. The only fighter that ever got an order to take down one of the planes was directly called by the Secret Service and told to get in a plane out of Langley, unarmed, F-16, this guy. And if he saw a plane coming, he said he was going to ram his F-16 into the plane and try to eject out at the same time.
Oh, he was going to
he was
send
just
it at
gonna,
it.
Send it at it, try to actually hit him while he's in it with a wing, try to shear off a wing, and then eject out. He goes, if I could. But it was unarmed. It was the only plane available that was that close.
Jesus.
And
What
that was the
balls.
plane that was taken down in Pennsylvania.
So wait, he was going to hit the wing. Why not just get? I guess if you got too close and just ejected,
It might miss.
and the explosion might get you because the big plane blowing up.
Yeah. So he wasn't going to use the fuselage. He said he was going to use his wing and try to shear off an engine or with the tip of the wing, and then eject out because
Wow,
he had
that's crazy.
he had no weaponry. But all these things, it's called the secrets of 9/11. And instead of it being this big conspiracy thing, it's just what you see. The government screwing up. You see people on the roof of the White House looking up going, where are the fighters? And you know what? It just was a total communication
That's
breakdown.
just another story, man.
Man, you're a gatekeeper. We're truthers.
That's just another.
Shut up. You want
just
to be
another
a character.
angle, man.
People forget too that whole incident happened in a very short period of time.
Yep.
People didn't. It wasn't like it was a military attack. You know, it's like the first 2 hit within what?
First one they thought was an accident.
Yes.
Some people didn't, but most people thought it was an accident. The second one, then they tried to get in touch with the military, but I mean, they flew a couple of planes from, I believe it was Florida or something. Maybe Virginia. I'm not sure, but it was much too far. One was up in Massachusetts, and it would take like 30 minutes for them to get to Manhattan.
Well, fuck, why can't we do that then?
Yeah, well,
I want a 30-minute fucking plane ride.
Get an F-16.
Zipping around with a hunk flying it.
Oh, wow. Good show, though. And it was like 2 parts. One was the part before 9/11. And it showed the Clinton administration, all those fuck-ups. He sent cruise missiles in that just missed him. And then he had so many opportunities to take him out.
Didn't he bomb an empty base at one point?
No, they were going to kidnap him, too. They knew where he was. They knew it. They said this guy, bin Laden, was just this kind of he had a blue-collar lifestyle. He'd grab lunch, he'd go into the village, talk to people, come back. And then after these missile attacks, that's when he started, like, really keeping on the DL.
Yeah.
But they had a plan where they also were going to send in, they had trained a bunch of Afghanis to go into this camp and physically kidnap him and take him to the United States. They trained, they did everything. Again, last minute in the White House, they had this talk about, well, how many people do you think are going to die during this? And somebody said, look, when these guys bust into this camp, there's going to be a lot of gunfire. People will get killed. And they went, oh, well, we can't have that. Another one, he was staying at the mayor's mansion in some savage country, and they were just going to bomb the shit out of this mayor's mansion. And they're like, well, how many people are there? How many people just work there? How many? And it's like the old, somebody even said, you lie down with the dogs, you get fleas.
Well, true.
It's like if you're welcoming this fucking terrorist into your home, hey,
tough shit.
Whatever
Tough shit
happens
for
to
you
you
and
happens.
everybody around.
But again, they showed him. They sat at that table,
but knowing
and
what-
the politics, yip, 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 and they went, no.
But knowing what they know now, they probably would have just bombed the shit out of everything.
The thing is, they knew what they knew then, which was this guy was financing
Right.
huge terrorist plots, killing goddamn hundreds, if not thousands of people at embassies, suicide bombing, setting up training camps. They knew what the fuck this guy was doing. They just didn't know the extent of what he would finally do.
What channel's this on?
This was on one of those Discovery
History.
It's probably history. I think I was watching a whole bunch of weird, like Afghanistan 9/11 stuff yesterday on History Channel.
Yeah, it's so fucked up to watch those.
What's
too,
the name of it?
you
Because
kinda-
people are just tuning in.
Secrets of 9/11.
Secrets of 9/11, if you want to check it out.
You sit there and watching it, and you're kind of going like, come on, figure it out. You watch.
You
going,
know they don't, though.
Yeah, I know. You know they don't, but
Yeah,
you're
I
like,
hate-
God, he's right there. Come on, just
I hate
fucking
knowing
get
the
him.
end.
Yeah,
Knowing the end of the story.
yeah,
Very good.
that's a fun one.
All right. Last night we lost our hero. Chuck Liddell was eliminated from
was he?
Dancing with the Stars, and Mars sent out an email in the middle of the night, so he's very upset. We should get Mars in here to discuss Chuck Liddell leaving
They didn't like
Dancing with the Stars.
They didn't like his guyish smile. I think his guilish.
He made it pretty damn far, though.
Yeah.
He made it pretty damn far.
Did he get any better with his later performances?
Who the fuck was watching that show?
I know.
We all said we'd watch for Chuck Liddell. Did we, though, in the end?
No.
You could YouTube his, his performance.
That's all you need are clips.
Yeah.
You're gonna watch an entire fucking waltz or
No.
Watusi.
I mean, the girls aren't even that hot. Everyone goes, well, but the dancers.
Yeah.
They got big fucking thick legs. They got big, thick gymnast legs.
Dancer legs. They're always dancing.
They got beautiful faces, and then they're built like a fucking fire hydrant.
the proverbial brick shit house.
Who
Yes.
needs that shit?
Not me, I tell you.
Well, where is Mars to talk about that? We'll get him on the air.
Maz.
Marvin in D.C. He's an FBI agent.
Ooh, Marvin Nash.
Marvin.
Got a promotion.
Oh, boy.
Hello, Marvin.
Hi.
I just want to say to Ant, it's easy to look at what's going on with the lack of communication of the FBI and the CIA. But the truth is, FBI is bound by the Constitution and the laws of the United States.
Yep.
The CIA acts freely, and though they have information, they can't always give it to us, and we can't always act on it because they get it through methods which to us don't stand up in court and which are illegal.
Yeah.
So
You know what though? There was a breakdown in communication, and there everybody was saying there was just this policy of not sharing information.
Yeah, they got territorial about stuff.
Yeah, they got very territorial. I mean, the CIA at some points did share information with the FBI, but shared it in such a way that it wasn't put on top priority lists. They didn't share it with the FAA or the people that are in charge of terrorist watch lists, which we had at the time. Well, these guys, two terrorists, known terrorists that were part of the 9/11 plot, flew in to Los Angeles under their own name with their own visas, and meanwhile they were known terrorists that were said, "Hey, we gotta look out for these guys." But
Ed, you got to understand, we get information all the time on individuals that you look at it and you're like, well, this doesn't mean shit to me. But how do I know it doesn't mean something to somebody else? You don't know unless you take the time to actually sift through everything else. Just because it means something you don't understand doesn't mean anything you don't understand.
Are you FBI, sir, or CIA?
He's FBI, yeah.
Oh, FBI. Okay.
yeah, I understand that. I'm just saying, from watching what I saw last night, there was a huge wall between the two organizations where there could have been more cooperation. And I know that after 9/11, Bush did put in place a kind of a liaison between all the agencies, and the information got back and forth a little easier.
And there is much more communication now. But the truth is we have two completely different goals. Whereas the CIA is looking to flip someone, make them a source instead of a target, or just kill them altogether. We can't do that. We're bound by the Constitution. So
I understand
have to
that.
them.
But the second the CIA realized that these motherfuckers were in the United States, that information should be passed to the FBI, where they can then do what they got to do to make sure these guys aren't up to any shenanigans.
That's right. Do you know CIA Director Chip Dudley said that they were being stonewalled?
All right, Marvin.
Thanks, Marvin.
Thank you. Ant's watching 9/11 documentaries.
Yes, Secrets of 9/11.
And I'm getting very upset because Coach Mo threw himself on the sword last night and got kicked out of The Biggest Loser. Wow. We were watching very different TV last night.
Very different television was going on.
Not Coach Mo, I said to the TV. Not Coach Mo. Let's say hi to...
And while you guys were doing that, I was performing brilliantly on Red Eye.
Red Eye? I thought you said you were performing. What did we learn? The garbage...
The garbage barge?
The garbage
yes,
barge.
I've done that on Gutfeld.
I got to remember that.
You did it to Gutfeld,
I did.
Sure.
I took his little short legs and put him up on the table and gave him a good garbage barging. Right in his small buttocks.
Who has a really smelly hiney? We got to do the garbage barge today.
Oh, gee, I don't know. Daniel?
It's got to be just horrendous.
Danny's asshole has got to be the worst thing in history. His farts are terrible. Yes.
Too bad Tibby Tom's not alive.
Kenny's in bad shape today. He farted before, and man, did that stink.
Was that really him?
Oh, yeah. He's like a lactose-intolerant Doberman. His farts are always like that.
Yeah, it's like giving a puppy chocolate.
Garbage barge. Garbage barge. We got to get that done today. NYPD checking in. Mike, North Carolina, how are you, buddy?
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey.
I remember that when, that right after the towers fell, it must have been around 3, 4 in the afternoon. It was so fucking eerie because that's when the fighter jets started circling Manhattan.
Yeah.
And, I lived in the city my whole life, but it was so fucked up to think that Manhattan was a fucking war zone, It actually got to us,
Yeah.
And, all these FBI guys, they could, talk a lot of shit about, oh, we can't do this and we can't do that. You know what? When the government wants to kill someone, they'll kill them,
Well, apparently they could have and they should have, but they didn't. They were so worried about collateral damage and keeping these relationships with these people that are harboring the terrorists. I mean, it was a bunch of shit.
And now, you see these people on TV saying it was all bullshit and the government did this. How can these people even live with themselves by saying that shit, you know?
Yeah.
All these people that are crying about the war now, listen, I want this war to end just like everybody else. My son-in-law is going to Afghanistan next month. But, you know, on 9/11, you saw all those people on West Street screaming for blood, and now you got the blood, and now they're screaming that, oh, we don't want it no more. Hey, you know what? Listen, war sucks. I was in Beirut. I was a Marine when they bombed the barracks. But you know what? You pull out of Afghanistan now, every one of those guys that died over there died for nothing.
Well, that's
and
why.
you know what? It'll all start all over again.
That's why Obama's having.
we're
oh boy,
lucky
he doesn't
now
like
that caught these guys that were going to
something.
bomb the tunnels and the trains.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm punching out, guys. Take it easy.
All right.
All right, Mikey.
That's why Obama, he's under the gun to get 40,000 troops that they're asking for. And he goes, I'll decide that in the coming weeks. Meanwhile, I think these guys need some help right now.
Yeah, but he just got the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah, send some troops in now. Yeah, but he got it for nothing.
It's already confusing. He can't, send 40,000 more guys to war as he's accepting the Nobel Peace Prize.
Watching those shows last night.
What is wrong with this world?
Watching that show last night, I could not believe that 8 fucking years later, we have a president named Barack Hussein Obama.
Yeah.
That, by the way, also, this was new to me. He appointed 2 staunch Muslims to Homeland Security.
Who did? Obama.
Obama.
What? Yeah.
One of which was in, what is the equivalent of the NAACP for Muslims. Like really making up rules for the government, like we want to be treated like this, and this is bullshit, and stop doing this. Who would imagine back then, right after 9/11, saying, yeah, we're going to have this president, and he's going to appoint Muslims to Homeland Security.
There was something on the news recently where they had a bunch of Muslims protesting racial profiling.
Yeah.
This is right after they got this guy who has been flying. Who was the guy's name? Quasi or whatever, the guy that they just arrested?
Quasimodo?
No, not that guy.
He could fly hunchback.
There's only one Quasi.
But whatever his name was, the guy.
There's actually another Quasi out there.
No, I'm probably wrong on his name. He's the guy that everybody's talking about right now.
Right.
And these Afghan were like, this one guy's like, I can't get a job, and the reason the FBI targeted him or somebody targeted him for investigation was because the guy had spent the night at his house.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, sorry, motherfucker. A guy who's arrested in plotting a 9/11 type plot is arrested. What do you think? How do you not expect? Racial profiling works.
It does work.
God almighty, you assholes.
Especially in this day and age when it comes to terrorism.
When they're looking for Klansmen, do they talk to Muslims or Jews or blacks? No.
Yeah.
They either I was, of course, listening to talk
Go
to
to
Anthony.
Anthony's house.
But you know who you're targeting.
Yes.
Bunch of fucking white crackers.
Yep.
God almighty.
Let's say hi to Greg. Greg, what's going on?
Greg.
Hey, first and foremost, you don't sound sick and you come in with your 9/11 rant. Come on, buddy. Let's save it until next year.
Ooh.
What?
You do not sound sick either, sir. I got to put that out there right now.
Look, how do you know what kind of sick I was or am?
Exactly.
I sneezed before the mics went on, my friend.
You should see what he was jerking off to yesterday. He's sick.
Did you finally get syphilis, sir?
Did I what?
We didn't hear you, Greg.
Oh, and then he hangs up.
Greg.
Greg.
All right. Let's say hi to Cassius. Cassius.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Cassius.
Speaking of jerking off, last night, that TV show Swimming with Sharks.
What is that show?
It's on Channel 7 when that ridiculous, or maybe it's after the pile of shit dancing show.
Pile of shit dancing show.
That pile of shit dancing show does
I love that one.
Incredibly well in the ratings.
Smear each other with feces, tub girls in it.
Just shows you where we're at as a nation, that a show like that does very, very well. But go ahead.
Yeah.
Swimming with Sharks,
Yeah, this is the Shark Show is where people propose. They're trying to get money from like 4 or 5 wealthy, successful business people. But you might want to look for clips. There was like this young woman and her middle-aged dad or elderly dad who's been a vet for like 40 years and he's trying to sell some pet food idea to them. But she's got huge knockers and she's showing them off. The dad brings her in with him, to like sex up the whole idea. Just great cleavage.
All right, we're gonna try to find the
Guy's
picture.
just looking for tits.
Well, why not?
Loves tits.
Why not? Thank you, Cassius.
Yeah, can you put me on hold
For what?
so I can continue listening?
Pay for the fucking
Get satellite,
service.
you motherfucker.
Come on.
All right.
Come on.
I'll give you 10 minutes. How's that?
Thank you, man. Thanks a lot.
All right. 10 minutes of commercials as we take our first break. It's Opie and Anthony. Stay there.
What is this?
We're rocking.
I don't know.
All My Life, Foo Fighters.
Kind of like this.
Oh, it is. Oh,
What is Foo?
You'll
Why
never
would you
get to
fight
that.
it?
Huh?
You'll never get to that. The
Oh, that
vocals,
part?
I mean,
No,
yeah.
I know.
There it goes. There. That's where it skipped.
Hey, Arnold Schwarzenegger scolded his wife. It's big news today. The world's falling apart.
So was Arnold from the pictures that were showing up on Drudge.
It's about fucking time he
Poor
falls
bastard.
apart.
Jesus Christ.
Not a poor bastard. He held up pretty good considering.
62 years.
62 years old.
Oh, he is.
Still had some muscles into his 60s.
Yeah.
Who
So,
knows
like-
what he was fucking taking back in the day to get the big muscles.
It's flubber now. He's got flubber.
He's got a lot of flubber. That's the curse of lifting a lot. You get the
Yeah.
flubber later in life.
So I hate to digress, but I watched a lot of television. Saw a show on MTV where they some people that weren't happy with their bodies after they lost weight.
Right.
And one guy had so much skin on his body, it was a walking freak.
Yeah, you got to cut that shit off.
But like you got to wait for years before you cut it off, and then you got to lose weight. And he'd wrap himself up in like this girdle thing.
Well, Big Kev had the extra skin cut off.
Yeah.
Good old Big Kev did.
They took his head with it accidentally.
Big Kev went through that. It's a very dangerous surgery, I believe.
They say you trade the hanging skin for massive scarring.
Oh, it is massive scarring?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you
Yeah.
got to kind of like...
Oh, God.
Well, you
Wow.
would go with massive scarring.
Yeah, you would.
Wouldn't
'cause
you?
At least in a shirt.
Yeah.
It looks bad to begin with, but at least in a shirt.
Oh, it's
At least in a shirt,
so
you look presentable.
bad.
Yeah.
You just have sex with your shirt on for the rest of your
Do we
life.
have any scarring pictures, like what people look like after the surgery?
No, we don't, Jimmy.
But only
They're
in
not
hats.
allowed on the internet.
In hats.
I'd like them in Milwaukee Brewer hats. Dan, go.
He couldn't even. This guy couldn't put on a shirt or clothes. He wrapped himself up in like these big ace bandage things.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Because his skin was flapping, but he's crying that I got to do
It
this
probably makes him
every
fall
day."
over because he's like not stable on his 2 feet.
Smelly bandages.
Arnold Schwartz. You didn't even ask why Arnold Schwarzenegger scolded his wife. There's a big
Why?
story today.
I already know why.
Yeah, she was on a cell phone. That's a no-no in California.
Oh, driving?
He signed a bill and everything, and she violated
Hello,
the bill.
Bill.
She violated the bill.
She was driving and on a cell phone.
Yeah, because that's what people do.
Yeah.
No matter what,
Yes.
you're on your cell phone when you can. They can
Yeah.
make all the laws they want. We're going to continue talking on our cell phones when we drive.
What do you think he would do? What do you think people would do if he actually had her thrown in prison?
That would be great.
Federal prison.
in a pen.
It's so easy these days to just put it on speaker and kind of just hold it
That's
next to the
true, too.
window.
Yeah.
Like you could drive, you don't have to have it right up to your head. You know, you could just kind of hold it by the steering wheel and whoa, it's like Bush. You're showing like vagina there,
Huh?
Danny. Danny's got before and after some surgery there.
That's not bad at all.
That's not bad, and that looks like fresh scarring. Right
Yeah,
there.
that's some.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's more a tummy tuck.
That's
than-
tummy tuck, though.
than
That's
someone that
not-
lost a real lot of weight.
Should I get a tummy tuck?
Yeah, absolutely.
why would
Fuck
you?
Yeah, you really should.
But I mean, I want to lift it all
Some
so
nice
where it's
tits
right
down
below
there.
my neck and on my shoulders. Like a shelf. I want to have a fat shelf below my chin so I can put my beverages and chips.
Right there.
That's handy dandy.
Yeah.
Well, we lost one of the great ones in entertainment overnight too.
Oh no.
Yeah, the Celebrity Death Watch continues.
Oh Jesus.
2009, the year of the celebrity death.
Who is it?
This is a biggie, Ant. A biggie for all you Godfather fans.
Oh no.
Wait, let me think.
For all you Godfather fans, we lost a
Salazzo.
biggie.
Don't tell me James Caan.
We lost a biggie, Jimmy.
Nah,
you
we'd have heard
are
James
wrong.
Caan. We'd have heard James Caan.
It's obviously not Pacino. It's not Duvall. It's not Talia Shire from The Godfather.
I'm thinking the actor that played
Was it Abe Vigoda?
No.
Abe Vigoda will never die.
That would be huge.
Clemenza's already dead.
That whole Abe Vigoda joke is so old now,
Fredo's
too.
dead.
John Cazale, yes, he is dead. I said my guess was Sollozzo.
No.
Brando's dead.
I'm going to say Carlo.
Carlo?
No, you fuck.
I fucking hate your guess.
You fuck.
Of course it's not Carlo.
I laugh at that every so often. Jimmy's mom just called him, you fuck. You were a clumsy little shit.
I know.
Any more
She told
guesses? Any more guesses? Any more guesses?
I'm going to guess the guy who played Johnny Fontaine.
Oh,
Al
my
Martino.
God. Give yourself a bill.
He was 82.
Johnny
Do anything
Fontaine.
for my Godfather.
Wait, you weren't guessing? You were reading it.
Of course I wasn't.
You cheated.
I didn't even know he had this.
You fucking cheated.
Yes, I did.
cheated.
You thought I pulled fucking Al Martino out of thin air?
Al Martino.
And you just discovered that we have like stories in front
No,
of
but I
us?
didn't know that this was one. I was just living through casually.
You fuck. Take that bell back, motherfucker.
You fuck.
Yeah, Johnny Fontaine died at the age of 82. Actually, his real name was Al Martino, who was a fine singer out of South Philly, I believe.
South Philly?
He had a lot of hits.
Volare was his.
Travis, give me Al Martino's biggest hit.
You can act like a man. What's the matter with you?
That's his biggest hit when the Godfather smacked him.
Smacked him in the
his
face.
Bitch fucking crying face.
Here we go. Here's the big hit from Al Martino.
This is a hit?
Wise men
A horrible version of this song.
He wrote this originally?
No way.
It's a cover Travis found. Travis finds the worst fucking covers.
This is him singing this
Shut
song.
Up.
He's
sang
known
it at
for
an
this
office
song.
party.
Wait, is he known for... Give me the
Didn't
fucking
write it,
paper.
did he?
I don't think
You want
he's known
Spanish
for
eyes?
Well, I think he at least wrote that one.
Did he write anything?
I don't know if he wrote this.
No, he's more known.
Travis.
Play Volare, Travis, before I go in there and yank your fucking pubes out.
He was the Volare guy?
Yes.
He's a crooner.
Nothing worse than a crooner.
A crooner. Sucks a dick.
All right.
This is like my grandma's music. This would be playing. Oh, what a verse on him. What a voice.
Yeah, but he was in The Godfather.
Yeah.
Someone give me the Daily News. Please.
Pass that over. Thanks, bitch.
Oh, it's Disco Volare. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, Dan Haggerty taking the dance floor. Dan Haggerty. Celebrity Disco Night on NBC.
No, that was the Chips episode.
Yeah, I love
Maybe
that
he
one.
did write Can't Help Falling in Love.
He didn't
All right,
write
here we go.
shit.
Here we go. Al Martino was known for hit songs including Here in My Heart, Spanish Eyes, Can't Help Falling in Love, and Volare.
I don't think he wrote them. Sorry.
Volare stinks.
Oh.
You don't like it?
Oh, stupid car.
And he sang in the 1972 film, title score, the love theme from The Godfather.
What is that love theme from The Godfather? Can I see the
don't-
Daily News? I didn't read it yet. Oh, but you threw out my newspaper.
There it is.
Give me that!
All right.
Give me it.
Everyone just yells
might
at
have
each
to-
other here.
Where's the chocolate?
Travis, we got to play Brother Joe's Godfather song going into break in honor of the passing of Al Martino.
But where's the-
Johnny Fontaine from The Godfather. What?
What's the love theme from The Godfather? He sang that, and I don't know what it is.
You want to hear it real fast? a
I'm
little
curious,
taste?
because I know that the opening music is great, but that's certainly not him.
Oh, is Uncle Paul here today? Because we're getting more info from David in Rhode Island. David?
Oh, hi, David.
Hi, guys. What's up, man?
I love that Al Martino. He had a lovely voice. What a way about him.
Al Martino, famous for playing Daddy's Little Girl. Played at every wedding.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
his
yeah.
claim to fame.
Sure. My wife and I used to love that song.
it was
Valerie. We used to listen to that before she was estranged.
All right, guys. Watch it out, man.
Strange.
Over lies told about me.
What kind of
Yeah.
lies, Uncle Paul?
There was a bunch
All right,
of...
Uncle Paul.
I was doing security work
Yeah,
and off the Parkway,
yeah,
and I saw some youngsters stealing some items.
yeah.
So I was searching their shorts.
Because that's where they hide them,
They
right?
I says, "Where's the cheese doodle?" I got in there and I got him out, and the father hit me.
Oh, see, you're
Knocked
searching
my
a little.
false teeth out on the bathroom floor.
I thought you were only 50. How old are you?
57 years young.
7 years young.
I'll be 58 in March.
You lost all your teeth already?
Yeah, I've had a few misunderstandings.
Oh, okay.
And I don't like brushing them because my gums bleed.
Jesus. Did he get mad at the father, Uncle Paul?
No, he got mad at me. I was like, there's a big misunderstanding. And I get in the car, and my wife says, Paul, your teeth is bleeding. I said, I know, don't talk to me. God damn you.
Gets in a lot of misunderstandings.
I'm a big fan of angry Uncle Paul.
Yes.
A lot of people are a big fan.
Yeah, that came out with my ex-girlfriend because Uncle Paul was always be selfish with the treats. Whenever she'd have chocolate, he'd be like, let me have one. And if she didn't hand it over, he would just yell, give me the chocolate. Get off. He's very selfish with treats.
Hey, you guys remember baby Jessica?
Oh, of course.
She fell down the well.
The
That's
stupid
right.
one with that stupid scab on her forehead.
How many years ago?
18. No, 22.
Stop reading.
No, I'm not reading. I'm not.
22 is the answer.
Yeah, I meant to say
Wow.
I meant to say 22.
And one more of these.
She getting married?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought
Just
they were
22 years ago today it happened. What's older, Winnie the Pooh or Roger Moore?
They're actually the same age.
Which is older?
I'd say Winnie the Pooh.
You would be correct.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh's some old shit.
But here's the deal. Winnie the Pooh debuted 83 years ago today.
83.
Roger Moore debuted 82 years ago today.
Oh. Moore's old.
Winnie Pooh's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
You weren't a big fan of the Winnie the Pooh thing?
Can you be? Fat little body.
I never really got it.
No.
What was it about?
It was like, kids. Tigger. Oh, Tigger, I need some honey.
Exactly.
Oh, do you?
Well, you know what that means, huh?
Yeah. And Tigger. Yeah, well, figure that one
I
out.
think there was some ball funneling going on.
Of course there was. That's what honey was a fucking
course.
code word for.
Of course.
I need your asshole sweat.
Of course.
Pre-cum.
Yeah. Here, put some honey on my chapped ass lips.
Delicious honey. Wonderful.
I don't do good at impersonations. I used to try and people would boo me.
What kind of impersonations, Ted?
Oh, Tigger!
Oh, that's pretty good. I
That's
like
Winnie
that.
the Pooh.
That wasn't supposed to be Winnie the Pooh, you idiot. That was Yogi Bear.
Winnie the Pooh. All right, we move into some harder stuff here. Sharpton. What the fuck is Sharpton doing?
River now.
Reverend Al. I guess Rush Limbaugh has decided he needs to buy a football team.
Yeah, he's got so much money
The Rams.
from
Born.
having
Yeah, he wants to buy the
Obama
Rams.
in the president as president. His ratings very good.
Of course they are.
So-
it's the best thing that happened for his career.
he knows that.
He was secretly hoping that Obama would become
course.
president. You know that, right?
Yeah, why not?
Of course, he needed Obama to be
A
president.
lot of cash.
Rush Limbaugh is remembered through the Clinton years, especially.
Yes.
Bush years, not so much. And now Obama, again, he's in the news every other day, this Rush Limbaugh.
Yep. That's where he made his bones.
So
during
now
the
he wants to
Clinton
buy the Rams
administration.
and Reverend Al Sharpton and Jackson.
Who else?
Now,
The
why?
Reverends are getting involved.
What the fuck is
The
their
Rebs.
problem
'Cause
with
they're
this
assholes.
guy wanting to conduct business?
What's the problem with Rush Limbaugh
Well,
owning a team?
According to Sharpton's little letter, he didn't think that it was appropriate because
Why?
he's done some anti-NFL thing. And this is what you have to love Sharpton. He said that Rush Limbaugh has said divisive things. And Jesse Jackson said that he's made a living preying on the fears of white people. That is what these two sacks of shit said. They're both complete pieces of shit.
They're both complete morons.
If you don't like Rush Limbaugh, at least he does get up and work every day. I don't know what these two fucking assholes have done their entire careers except stir the racial pot so they could get their faces on television.
Let's go to the tape here.
Rush Limbaugh has, down through the years, been one that has been less than unifying about the NFL. In fact, he has demonized the NFL. why would the NFL reward someone who once said that the NFL is beginning to look like the Crips and the Bloods without weapons?
Because they were.
Does this guy understand entertainment at all? This fucking Al Sharpton.
You're a guy who accused a prosecutor of making a duty on a girl's tits.
Yeah.
Right.
Fucking asshole.
Scraping racial epithets on her.
That's a great line by Rush Limbaugh.
That is a funny
Meant to
one.
be funny, entertaining, a bit shocking.
Bloods and Crips without weapons.
Who cares if he made that response?
That's
Who
pretty
gives a
fucking
fuck?
funny, man. I wish I came up with that line.
Ooh, then don't let him buy a team.
And the Bloods without weapons.
Yeah, so what's
This
the
is a
problem?
quote.
He's going to tell us. Yeah.
Who said that Donovan McNabb was given quarterback because they needed a black. Now, this kind of record of divisiveness
Well, you know
This
what?
guy
If you know anything
talked-
about sports, there is a lot of pressure to hire, black coaches and get certain black players.
Well, it's like
There
Jimmy the
is-
Greek said.
Well, you can't win with. It's like
there is a pressure. Everyone knows it,
and I think they want minority owners to be. So for Sharpton and the other fucking Susan Sarandon, I jackass, it's okay for them to say we want blacks here. But if Rush Limbaugh, it's all about his
Yes.
politics.
Yes.
That's all it's about because he's a fucking conservative white
Absolutely.
guy, and they don't like it.
And talk about divisiveness.
Oh.
Reverend Al Sharpton is probably the most divisive asshole in this country.
Why would? But here's how he should be talked to: Shut up!
Yeah.
You're a pig.
Shut up.
They
What's
should
your
just be
job?
yelled out.
What do you do?
What do you do?
What's
Did you
your
ever pay
job?
Stephen Pagonis, or do
Yeah.
other people hand over that money in your name? You suck.
Yeah. What are you doing? Have you paid your fucking taxes? Huh? Have you done that? Have you paid your fucking fines from all the bullshit you've been in?
Hey, Jesse, before I answer, we talk about this. How about the girl who falsely accused the Duke students of rape, and you said that even if she wasn't, they didn't rape her, you were going to pay the tuition. Did the Rainbow Coalition pay her tuition? And your eyes are big. Go.
Yeah. Go.
And go.
Nice gay
Now
porno
go.
mustache. Go.
And go.
No one understands what you're saying. You sound like you're talking with fucking a combination of Swahili and Bell's palsy. Go. You're having a stroke every sentence. I hear here. Go. Your turn. Asshole.
Shit.
I'm getting the feeling you don't really like the guy.
I don't have no respect for either one of them.
Yeah.
No,
They're not genuine. I tell you who I'm telling you, a guy like Farrakhan, I respect and I like because he's not, even though he's really says some fiery, awful shit, he's not a clown. Like these guys are clowns.
Yeah.
These guys are fucking, you can't pin all this
They're
stuff on.
jokes. They're jokes in the community.
Especially when you look at the inconsistencies in their own public and personal lives. With Farrakhan,
Oh,
you can't find that.
please.
You can't sit there and say to Farrakhan, what about that time you?
Yep.
You're not going to find that shit.
And Obama sat down with Reverend Al, right?
I don't know.
Probably at some point.
Didn't he sit down before the
Of course.
election?
Yeah. Why would? Well, you
A
know,
little sit down,
why
Reverend Al.
wouldn't he?
Here's the rest of the Reverend Al
Yeah.
thing.
Kind of record of divisiveness in that sport. He has right to say what he wants to say. No one argues that.
Oh, really?
But you're going to cast your aspersions on that sport, and then the NFL is going to...
He's insane.
Yeah.
Was that what Rush was doing, or was he trying to fucking tell some jokes?
Or form an opinion.
I've listened to
Yeah.
Rush Limbaugh over the years, and guess what? The guy does like making jokes.
And to say that there haven't been a lot of criminals in professional football is a little off base. So Rush Limbaugh puts it in a way that has a little humor to it. What's wrong with that?
And why can't you cast aspersions? You can't make a couple of remarks criticizing something about the NFL. Sharpton criticizes the government, and he can't keep his fucking fat face out of the government.
Yeah.
He is trying to run for the Democratic nomination.
Right.
So I guess if you've cast aspersions on something, you can't be involved
Then
with
you
it.
can't be
Shut the
involved.
fuck up.
Oh, shit.
Language.
He's an ass.
Sorry.
But you're going to cast your aspersions on that sport, and then the NFL is going to even seriously consider giving you a stake in that sport?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Oh
boy.
That's thin. That's thin.
He's got nothing.
What a thin story.
He's got nothing.
Because he wants to say it's race. He wants to play that race card so bad. but he really can't go full blast with it.
And you know what? Fucking Rush Limbaugh, I'm not a huge fan of his, but I'll tell you this much. He ain't going to fucking sit down and take any shit from Reverend Al Sharpton.
No.
He already remarked on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ain't taking shit from this guy.
Yeah, he's commenting.
Reverend Al, you're way over your head on this one.
Because Limbaugh has a giant
Limbaugh
radio
will
audience.
Destroy you.
And
he'll destroy you and your stupid podcast. Where is this show heard?
I don't know.
Is it on one of the satellite channels?
Probably
still?
is. Who the fuck
Remember
knows?
Sure
when?
it is.
Remember when what's his name had to kiss his ass? Ugh.
Who?
You know who?
Oh, the old.
Yeah, they don't work for the company anymore. But someone had to go and kiss his ass.
And Jesse Jackson.
I like this guy. He's good.
By the way, he decided he was going to ride the bus with the students from Fenger High School in Chicago, where there was that fight where that young gentleman was beaten with a board.
Yeah. How did white people do that? I'm sure we did it, but how?
Yeah. I
how
wanna
did we
know
orchestrate
how that's Whitey's responsibility. But he's trying to, silence the violence, and, he's getting his rhymes in there.
Of course he is.
And this is being blamed on the fact that they closed down a school and opened it as a military academy. So the kids that went to this one school before they closed it now got shipped over to this other school, and there's this rivalry where they kill each other. Instead of just accepting new students into a school and, like human beings, going to school and not killing each other, there seems to be this war. And now Jesse is blaming it on the fact that they closed down the school and made it a military academy. Like you should keep the schools separate, because if they put them together, you're accepting the fact that they'll just kill each other?
Yes, I knew why people would blame somehow. It's because they put a military academy in, and they should have known that the students would do nothing but fight and eventually murder each other with a board. You're right.
Exactly.
White people and the school board should have known that.
That's the problem. And another thing that, of course, I always get a big kick out of is they're saying that they have to do something about all the gun violence in Chicago.
Sure.
By the way, you can't get a gun in Chicago. You can't. It is illegal, no matter how good a person you are, to legally own a gun in Chicago. You're not allowed. You can't. So what? How do you get more gun control after none? None guns.
None guns.
And now there's some problem where they have to fix that.
None guns plus one is more better.
That's
one more better.
One more better.
Well, what is happening is the guns are being filtered through. Shut up.
Yeah, filtered through and brought into the community by the people that are in the power. You don't see the people bringing guns in or liquor stores and cigarette stores. Shut up.
I like to have sex out of wedlock.
Yeah.
How does he speak, Jimmy? Like he has what and what? I love the combo
of
platter.
Swahili and Bell's palsy. He's an asshole. He's an asshole. And the fact that people are so afraid to tell this guy because he throws Reverend in front of his stupid name to shut the fuck up.
My dad was a reverend, I think, and he didn't have to do nothing.
Oh,
he was just trying to escape paying some taxes.
This Jesse Jackson's been playing this shit for years. And the fact that anyone entertains him is an embarrassment.
I feel like we do our part. What can we do?
Yeah, that's true.
We talk shit.
We just go on call them all assholes.
Do we talk shit.
Hey, good.
We should start blogging.
I do blog.
That'll get the word out.
Blog.
Let's become bloggers. Hey,
Yep.
I know.
Thank you. Bloggers about that.
I know.
Okay.
Like,
I know.
Okay.
Quinnipiac.
Quinnipiac.
Yeah, Quinnipiac College, right.
I
They do the
was,
polls, right?
I knew some broad went to that school.
But they do those polls, too. They
Yes,
decide who the
Quinnipiac
president...
poll is very important.
They decide who the president's going to be way before we do.
How do they do? What the fuck makes them so special?
I don't know. They know how to fucking take a poll.
What do they just ask people? They sit around with notepads.
So the girl that went to that school, by the way,
she took a lot of polls. Right in the
She knew
shitter,
how to
right?
take a poll.
Did she?
Right in the shitter.
When you saw her, did you fuck?
Did you fuck that?
We would fuck.
All right, be careful. My finger, kadunk.
Right into the spongy mass.
Oh boy, it swelled up before her fucking hand was out of there. It was black and blue. Shut up, you purple-handed bitch.
Look at this fucking asshole. Lee in New Hampshire. Lee, going backwards. Lee.
Yeah.
Welcome aboard, Lee. Thanks for calling the program.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Lee.
Hey, Anthony, I want to know, and Opie, I want to know why. Hello?
Yeah, we're listening, Lee. Go
You're
ahead.
panicking.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Lee.
Sorry. I want to know why. I mean, you guys pound Reverend Al all the time, which is great.
Yep.
But like, he never ever like comes back at you. Is he scared? I mean, what the fuck?
Let me tell you about Reverend Al Sharpton. He actually did go after us.
Yes.
And he didn't get the job done. And then there was a secret deal made by someone that doesn't work for the company anymore to calm Reverend Al the fuck down.
After the Condoleezza Rice thing.
The Condoleezza Rice homeless Charlie incident got on Reverend Al's radar, and he was raising holy hell with somebody that used to work for this company before the merger. And rumor has it they gave Reverend Al some time to calm him the fuck down because we were big stars for XM at the time.
And I'll tell you one reason, dude, too. I think that Sharpton or Jesse Jackson, it's funny. I addressed a few of these guys in my book, and it's like I was like, I'm not worried about anything happening because if you're hitting somebody and you're being honest and you're not fucking trying to be soft, it's almost like, go ahead, I want them to respond.
Yeah.
How can you challenge the fact saying that you fucking said Stephen Pagona shit on a girl's tits,
Right.
and now you want to be a president? How could Jesse Jackson deny saying Hymietown? Like, they can't deny this
They
shit.
can't
It's
deny it.
undeniable.
They push it under the carpet. They try to make it seem like, oh, don't bring that up. That's a long time ago. I was misled by unscrupulous lawyers and people. And it's like, I wasn't supposed to come to the aid of a young woman that said that this happened. I was misled, but shut the fuck up. I actually thought that she had feces wiped on her, racial epithets scratching her, and she was put in a plastic garbage bag by Stephen Pagonis.
Why'd you say Stephen Pagonis?
It was a name I found in a phone book. I just decided.
Take that, Reverend Al.
That he's a white man and he must have done it. And then they said I had to pay him money. So I said, okay, and then I didn't pay him. Because that's what Reverend Al does. Same thing pretty much with the government. Or anyone else that I owe money to. But I wear nice suits now.
You know what?
No more jogging suits and medallions for Reverend Al. I'm legit. Too legit to quit.
Too legit to shit on a chest. But that's why guys like that don't really come after, because when you're slamming them
with honesty, by the way, add that word in there
to say that to Sharpton.
Sure.
I would love to say that to Jesse Jackson. So I don't respect them.
Right.
Good. What? Answer Hymietown. What would he say?
You're a racist. You're an anti-Semite. You don't like Jews, and you know it.
Yeah.
You don't like Jews. I mean, you, Anthony.
That was in the past. Well, that's what I was saying.
No, but it's like that. You could say it to Jesse Jackson. What the fuck could he say? He said he was going to. People don't call him out. Hannity calls him out. And people hate Hannity for it.
He's responded to that in the past, but I don't remember what his response is because it's so inane.
Maybe his response was, I expect to be forgiven for things that I've said and still given a position of power while other people shouldn't be. He's
because I'm a black man.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me say hi to Bear in Alabama. Bear.
Yes.
Good morning, guys.
Hey.
I just remember during the campaign.
No.
When I'm going to help you. Remember when Jesse Jackson was caught on audio calling Obama the N-word?
He said nigger. He said.
Yeah, we say the word on the show. We've had it with saying the N-word. To be honest with you, we did our part and we kept it safe for a little while. But let's talk like fucking adults here.
He said, "I'd like to cut his balls off." I believe he said that, and then he goes, "He's talking down to niggers." That's what he said. He's talking. I don't think he called Obama niggas. He's talking down to niggers.
Yep.
That's right. Used it exactly. Excuse me. And he used it, as a collective term.
Yeah.
My thing is, it's not that he said it. It's the fact that he's so fragile and they're so afraid that there's no accountability on their part because there's such a history of victimization that they're not allowed to be held to any kind of task. That's what makes me sick.
Well, I'll be honest. I didn't like the fact. I thought, and I like Fox, but I thought the fact that Fox didn't absolutely destroy him with that and point out his hypocrisies was a bad move by them. And maybe they didn't do it for strategic reasons because they have something on. I don't know why they didn't, or it's just too inflammatory. And you're right. He was using it as a collective. He wasn't like pointing at somebody and saying it. But it doesn't matter. The hypocrisy of that fucking bag of shit in his. And this is what Sharpton goes. He goes, well, that's not the Jesse Jackson I know. Yes, it is. That's the real Jesse Jackson, you dumb motherfucker.
Yeah.
Because he was off mic.
Jesse Jackson.
Yeah, because he was off mic.
Jesse Jackson that got caught having an affair. It's the same people that live their lives. It's the same pattern. The guy lives his life a certain way. It presents himself on TV a certain way. The guy got caught using the epitaphs. The guy got caught cheating on his wife. The guy got caught in financial
you know what? But
crap. He's a phony.
You know, it's the same. It's the same thing.
I hate your guts. I loved it, man.
Thank you, buddy.
It's the same thing as when you got these right-wing religious zealots that you find out has a computer hard drive full of child pornography.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking thing. It's a hypocrisy. It's the real them. And that was the real Jesse Jackson when he was leaning over whispering, I want to cut his balls off.
And nothing happened to him, by the way.
Of course it did.
A white guy in that position,
gone.
Oh, my God. So fired from whatever he does.
Of course it didn't.
So fired.
Nothing. Because, again, I'm telling you, I've said it a million times, and I apologize for being redundant, people. It is a sign of white people still really running the country. The fact that they allow that type of fucking... the fact that white people aren't up in arms about it, it really is a sign of being completely in charge. Because the parents never get as mad at the things the children say as they do things other adults say.
Right on.
That's exactly what that
Let's
is.
go to Hydro. Hydro, you're next on the
What's
Opie
up,
Anthony Show.
y'all?
What's up, Hydro?
Hey, man.
Not much. Now, I listened to the last part of that show yesterday. It's on 169 The Power.
Yeah, great.
Power.
That whole fucking channel, by the way, was trying to get us kicked off the air, and I, for one, never forgot that.
True.
So they could go fuck themselves.
I think they're terrific. Their Saturday morning programming is marvelous.
Yeah.
But I believe he wanted to take a jab at you guys because he, mentioned all these shock jocks and the shit they say, basically. And I don't think he was talking about Rush Limbaugh right there, but I kind of got an idea that he might have been talking about you guys right there in that audio.
Then mention us by name,
Yeah, let
because
him.
we're not scared of stupid Reverend Al Sharpton.
The
Thank you, sir.
The problem is, it's not even. I honestly don't really hate Sharpton and Jesse Jackson. I think they're boobs because they're not the ones who do the firings. They're not in a position of power to do the firings. It is these fucking out of touch white executives who never have real conversations with black people. They never have a moment with a black person that's real.
No. And that leads to what we were saying off mic. We're looking at one of our TVs, and there is fucking Don Imus on a channel that looks very similar to MSNBC.
Yep. Yeah.
And he's interviewing someone that looks very similar to his old guest. Business as usual for Don Imus. Nothing happened to the guy in the end. And if the fucking company would have just understood that and realized that, they didn't have to go through those drastic measures and fire Imus like they did.
It's not because it's people who won't take like a really honest. If a guy said something, if Imus had dropped the fucking N-bomb angrily on, then he deserves to be. There's a difference between that and what he did. But God forbid, fucking Les or any of the other guys over at CBS had just stood up for him. They just crumble because they're terrified of blacks.
No.
Terrified of black people.
Well, there was some, whatever. There was some other things going on.
Dude, you can't respect somebody.
There were some board members that,
Yeah, no, I understand. The guy from the NAACP. There was a guy who works at the high up on the board of CBS, I believe, or was it Viacom, who was with the NAACP. He had an input. Come on, it's
he had a major input on the whole thing.
Yeah, and they should have just said, look.
Fat, stupid Al Roker had input.
Oh, really? The Power is now an internet-only Sirius channel?
Did they lose it? Good.
Enjoy that. Not too much power there.
Dicks. Really?
We'll
Actually,
see.
call your channel the Power anymore.
Yeah.
Not much power. It doesn't take much power to have a channel on the internet.
You want to call it the shoulder shrug.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break, and then I'm going to tell you what's going on with this Quinnipiac College thing.
I already know. I addressed it.
It's so stupid. It's so dumb.
I addressed it on the
It's very dumb.
television.
Oh, really?
On Red Eye. When are you going to come to a taping Red Eye? Just come. They have a new studio with like a fucking places to sit.
You know who's been...
Yeah, they got a nice couch
You know
in
who's
there
been
now.
reaching out lately is Mr. Hannity.
I'm sure he wants to cancel me again. They hate me over there now.
Mr. Hannity has reached out and really wants me to make that appearance.
So why don't you?
And that's why I got my hair cut.
Oh, whoa.
Why?
When?
Just because it needed it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Why don't you just do it?
I'm thinking of making my return to TV.
Why wouldn't you? It's great promotions.
I don't like the fucking politics. I'll talk other shit.
You know politics.
I want to be in like a play-by-play booth, making believe I know what I'm talking about when it comes to a sport.
So if you don't feel like you want to talk politics, just make
I want
fun
to be
of
that
the fact.
guy. Yeah.
Write down some things to say and then read them off a paper, obviously.
I'm a big fan of that wildcat thing.
Dude, why don't you do this? Bring in
I'm not
quotes from your
doing-
friends and then say, well, according to my friend, and then read it off a cue card to him. That'd be great.
I like to just goof on the whole thing, so
do that.
We'll see. Hey, we're going to take a break, and we're going to do the Quinnipiac thing, and we're going to do Jocktober.
Yeah, we got a new Jocktober. I'm excited.
Are you?
Love Jacktober.
And what? No baseball last night, I noticed, huh?
Nope. No.
That's weird. Why?
No baseball.
Seems like there should be a game every day.
I know, but they kind of, they got through this division shit. Now they're,
And by the way, a big fuck you to XM Satellite Radio because they did a huge press release, a big to-do that Bob Edwards has been with the company for 5 fucking years.
Are you kidding
And this
me?
is where all the anger and frustration comes from with this radio show. We started the exact same time as Bob Edwards, and we're celebrating 5 years on satellite radio. And I guarantee we brought a hell of a lot more people to the fucking table than this stupid Bob Edwards.
How do they keep talking about this guy?
Let me guess.
They did a huge press release. Go to Orbitcast. There's a picture of Bob Edwards and Mel Karmazin, but I think it's an old picture. And it's all over the place.
Let me ask you a question.
And we sit here like, what about us, motherfuckers?
I'll tell you exactly what it is. It's the blame is here. It's because there's no publicist. That's who gets.
Bob Edwards has a publicist?
I bet you Bob Edwards has somebody working for him. Somebody working for Bob Edwards.
Renfield.
There you go. There you go. Big thing on Orbitcast.com. Bob
at that.
Edwards celebrates 5 years on satellite radio. No respect. I understand. I just want this. I just want a tiny bit of respect. That's all. That's all. I'm not asking for the fucking world as far as respect goes. But, I mean, it's everywhere in the satellite radio community that Bob Edwards, 5 years, 5 years, 5 years. I'm like, what about us?
5 years. Drop in the bucket for my lifespan. Boo! I'm Bob Edwards. Tune in to me. I come out of my coffin and do my show. Then I turn into a bat.
Fucking ghoul.
Oh, he is such a ghoul.
Let it be known he never did anything to us, but still.
No, of course
He's been
not.
very pleasant.
He's been a great guy.
You know he just chases
fuck.
chases rats when he's not doing his radio show.
Just eating rat
Fucking
blood and drinking.
Bites right into their backs.
His guests only agree to show up during the day.
Yeah.
Hey! He has to close the curtains.
But I mean, come on, this because they get confused down the hall. Why the anger? Why the frustration from that show? It's things like this.
Did they really say why the frustration from that show?
I think they get confused.
It's
Really?
a 1 hour show.
Yeah, they're celebrating the fact that Bob Edwards has been doing 1 hour for the last 5 years, as once again the workhorses fucking do a little more radio than that.
All I could take is
Jesus.
1 hour.
1 hour.
Gotta have somebody.
That means
working.
we've done 2 shows already today. We've done
we've
2
already done
shows
2
today.
Bob Edwards shows.
Because it's 1 hour with commercials.
Yes.
So that's probably 40 minutes, 42 minutes, 45 minutes maybe.
How do you get into anything?
1 fucking hour? I could do that in my sleep.
NPR radio fucking stinks.
It really
I've
does.
listened to it. It's horrendous, boring fucking
The
radio
NPR
that nerds like.
NPR, BBC, some of these cab drivers have that shit on. It bores you to death.
It's fucking terrible. The irrigation. Shut up.
It's all just monotone
Even the
babble.
monotone, yeah, the delivery is
Monotone
all-
babble.
You can't even have a passion about what you're talking about.
Garbage.
It's just kind of this monotone thing that they talk about. We're going to talk about the budget that the highway department is getting this year, which is coming out of our pockets, and hopefully it will solve some of the pothole problems we've. Holy shit! What? What? I've nodded off 8 times.
So maybe Bob Edwards is really dead, and that's why it's impressive that he still does a radio show.
5 years. He's a mummy.
Right. That's why it's impressive. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's not even that we signed months later or months before. It was pretty much the same fucking
Same
day.
time.
This dope that used to work for XM took me and Ann out to dinner to celebrate the fact we signed with XM, and she couldn't even stay for the entree because she had to run to a Bob Edwards celebration. Boy, that made us feel good at the time.
So we got someone big coming on board. Like who?
Big?
Can't
really?
talk about it yet. Can't talk about it yet. But the second
And obviously
we
you
can,
think Howard.
and we're thinking
They're like,
something's going to
fuck,
be
they
big.
signed us and Howard. That's crazy.
It's going to be big, and they go, "Can you believe who we got? Bob Edwards." Like, did I hear wrong? What did I just?
We just stared at her because I swear to you,
what?
I know a lot of personalities that I would never listen to. I never heard the name before.
Yeah, we started on the same day.
Same day,
October 4th, 2004. I remember it,
which was a Monday,
like it was 5 years ago.
A Monday.
They're showing footage of those guys who beat that gay guy.
Yeah.
Just
we were talking about that.
You just gotta fucking you gotta just kill people.
That's some fucking anger.
Yeah,
like, what is wrong with you?
We were talking about that.
I mean, if you're not into people being gay and all that, that's one thing. But to be so fucking angry about it that you're risking prison time and all sorts of shit, that is
you
fucking
beat the guy
mental.
to within an inch of his life, and in some cases kill people just because they're gay. That is a giant problem that you have. That is a huge problem.
Well, the guys who do it
That's
are
some
just
twisted
scumbags.
shit.
And normally they're guys who they'd probably beat you for another reason if it wasn't just that. Because you're white or because you're this or whatever the fucking reason is, because you're black. Because they would find another reason to beat you because they're really just savage motherfuckers. The only way to handle guys like that after a videotape like that is if it's them, you just you shoot them in the street.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
the guys that did that, just shoot them in the street.
But then we're stooping down to third world nations.
No, we're not. We're fucking cleaning up a problem.
Man, then we're just as bad as them. Who are we to judge who lives and dies? Shut up, you liberal little fuckwad. Go back home to your rich parents and your college.
Oh,
I don't know. Talk out my ass.
Who are you yelling at? You liberal fuckwad.
We're just all yelling at everybody today. I love it. I fucking love
angry.
this. Steve in Connecticut did a little math for everyone.
Yes.
I love when the listener does the math.
5 + 4 = 9, which makes me come on my leg.
5 fingers, 1 bunghole.
I don't think Steve's here today. I'm not really sure, though.
Really?
Hey, Steve, what do you got?
Good evening, boys. Happy birthday, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Oh.
If they're making a big deal that Bob Edwards has been on the air for 5 years at 1 hour a day, you guys have the 25 years equivalent.
Yeah,
they should be celebrating your 25 years
You know,
and take out
Let's really let
Good
this soak
point.
in. Steve did the math for everybody. It would take Bob Edwards 25 years to equal the amount of radio we did in the last 5.
5 years.
And they're celebrating this fuck.
That's right. And the irony is 25 years to equal the amount of time and 20 minutes to equal the amount of quality time.
Yes.
Hey, we didn't say...
But that shit's going to continue to happen if we rely on the company to do stuff like that. It's got to be done from here. I love Eatman, but he's not the guy to do it. Now, he's good for radio agent shit. He's not a publicist. He's not a guy who's going to fucking push the show in a direction. I'm sorry.
2 different issues. I agree with you, but I'm telling you, this was a company thing. It had nothing to do with Bob Edwards and his.
You're probably right.
Publicist.
So
this
forget.
is so a company fucking thing.
The company's
For
never
some
gonna
reason,
push this show.
They're proud of a Bob Edwards, and they're not so proud of an Opie and Anthony.
Right.
And
That's why it
what
has
comes
to be
down
done from here.
And it's not a publicist.
But for this
which
show to
enrages
get
me.
that, it's going to have to be done from this show's camp. They're never going to do it. Look at the way they're treating me. Look at the way they're spitting in my face. They don't give a fuck about me. They want me to leave. This company doesn't give a shit.
You deserve it.
I know that.
What, to leave?
Nah, so I jerked off in the break room. Everybody knows it.
Happy 25th anniversary, boys.
All right.
25 years in the business.
And then Brian did some math, too, and he goes, actually, you guys are 30 days shy of 5 years because of that fine suspension. Because someone who
remember that?
doesn't work here anymore had to fucking fold.
Oh, Hugh Panaro, wanted everybody
Hugh
fired.
Panaro folded and wanted us fired. It's a fact. And Eric Logan, who now works for Oprah, actually saved our asses. That is a fact, my friend.
Fired from satellite radio for having a homeless guy.
homeless guy.
Speaking his mind on satellite radio. That was supposed to be the whole thing with satellite is, hey, you're going to get stuff you don't normally get, on regular radio. And what did he do?
That was the only thing that saved the show. I think in the end was that it would have been such a black eye on the entire
black guy.
No, eye.
Oh, a black eye.
Yes.
That whole suspension, we haven't talked about it much. That took away a lot of fucking momentum we had built up. Holy shit. That pissed off a lot of fucking people.
And then these...
And there, there's a lot of people that never came back.
That's when I realized, wow, this fucking satellite thing wasn't what I thought it was.
Right.
I thought that was the absolute perfect forum for a crazy-ass homeless guy to come up and spout whatever the fuck he wanted to spout. That's the freedom that this medium gives you. You don't have the restrictions of the FCC. You don't have this political correctness you got to adhere to because of the advertisers and shit. But then they turned around and just smacked us in the face over something that was completely perfect for the platform.
You know what? Hugh Pinero completely blew it because then he's showing the business and the world that, well, satellite radio doesn't really have the freedom you thought it had.
No different.
Which was so stupid on his part. That was a real dumb move.
It's different now, by the way, that he's gone. Believe me.
Yeah.
It is different.
Yeah,
Is it?
Yeah.
We've gotten some of our stuff
it's
back.
not, believe me, it's not where it should be.
But strategically, that was a dumb move on his part.
It's
You're trying to get people to buy your service because it's it has a lot more freedom than regular radio. And then what happens? They suspend you, but regular radio said, no, we're fine with what those guys did. We'll continue with them.
Yeah.
We continue doing radio. A lot of people don't realize that.
We're off by 9 every day for the...
Yeah, but we did those 30 days for regular radio.
Was that fucking nice?
It was wonderful.
And remember,
9 o'clock.
for 30 days, they completely removed our names from the channel and everything.
Absolutely.
It was just like, what are you doing?
We did 3 hours
What
a
the fuck are
day
you doing?
for a month of fun, completely ballless radio on CBS. Holy shit.
Yeah, I understand.
God, did that fucking suck.
Oh, in the end.
I'm so happy we're not on terrestrial radio anymore. God, I fucking hated it.
In the end.
Can we say Heine parts?
We can't talk about poo-poo.
In the end, this is definitely a better place to be. But,
Without a doubt,
there
dude.
was some strategy that was not done correctly.
As much as I hated the CBS lawyers, I will say there was a certain amount of integrity and fucking honor that they showed that I have not seen in other situations. Certain amount of integrity and honor as guys to do business with that other situations have not shown.
Yep.
Are you mad?
Eh,
Jackasses.
You're not mad, though, right?
I'm all right.
I know you're right.
I'm all right, too.
Shove a
man.
tissue up
I'm
my
all
nose.
right, too.
Oh, Anthony, you look like you
do
got
the
punched.
broadcast like this.
All right, more. Fuck it. We made our point. Everyone wants to talk about Bob Edwards and shit. Why don't
We don't
take
dislike Bob Edwards. Bob's fine.
We don't even know the guy.
No, he's a good
he just
broadcaster.
sucks the blood of other people
Yes.
to keep his youth.
He has to. His headphones always fall off because he's hanging upside down.
We got to build a special studio.
He puts them on his chin so they go over his ears that way.
Yeah, all the people that made those early decisions for XM are long fucking gone.
You know who emails me who I actually
Long
like?
fucking gone.
Gary
Who?
Hahn. Who's
Yeah, he turned out to be a fan.
Yeah, he's a nice
We
dude. He'll
turned him
email me.
around.
Congratulations on the letter. You know, he's just a nice dude, man. So
Oh,
it's nice
that's
to hear from
nice.
him.
That's sweet.
Yeah. I always email him pictures of my cock and balls. It's a little arrangement.
Oh, yeah, you have to.
Quinnipiac College. We get into that story and some Jocktober next. Stay there. Opie and Anthony. Clear the phone lines. We're done with this
Look at a
subject.
field.
Opie and Anthony. What's older? I'm going to play again.
All right.
Kiss releasing Rock and Roll All Night.
Okay.
Or, and this is where it fucks you up, Jimmy, or Wayne Gretzky's first NHL goal.
Kiss is up. Rock and Roll All Night, I believe, was 77, so that's 32 years. And Gretzky's first goal was 75. So I'm going to say Gretzky's first goal.
You would be correct.
I made that whole thing up with Gretzky's whole goal. I have no idea what it was.
No, you're wrong, actually. Wayne Gretzky, who, by the way, is Kevin Smith's favorite hockey player of all time. That Kevin Smith on Twitter.
Yeah.
Wayne Gretzky scored his first NHL goal 30 years ago today. And Kiss released Rock and Roll All Night 34 years ago, Jimmy.
Oh.
Wow, really?
They're saying 19, that would be what, 75, I guess? Is that right?
Yeah, that would.
Oh, you know,
probably
I
work.
apologize. It's on Dressed to Kill. I was thinking of Rock and Roll Over, the album.
No, you aren't.
What's Rock and Roll Over?
It's an album with Kiss.
I don't remember that one.
Rock and Roll Over. Yeah, had Love 'Em, Leave 'Em on. It's a great album.
See, that's you knowing too much about Kiss.
That was my
Like
mistake.
the
When
regular
you say
person
released, you don't think song, you think album.
would- When I think release, I think like
release.
blob over my
Blurka,
hand.
blurka.
I don't like being wrong.
Oh no, it's poor spoiled brat Jimmy we have in the studio today. He was yelling at Kenny about his cereal.
Kenny was getting really annoyed because he wasn't in on the bit. He really wasn't in on it.
I don't want that cereal. I want this.
I told him what I wanted.
It's whiny, spoiled brat Jimmy.
It's not my name.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Princess.
Quinnipiac.
Oh, right,
College.
the poll.
This fucking idiot.
Poll.
I guess The Late Show, Letterman, they get a lot of their interns from Quinnipiac College. And what is it? The dean over there, Jimmy? You did the story on Red Eye. I don't know all the facts about this one. I got the basics here. But
One of them said that they're just going to examine their policy more carefully.
Was it a dean?
I don't know.
There was someone way up at Quinnipiac College.
Dean Wormer?
Didn't get his name.
Basically warning future interns to watch out for Letterman because, you know, he has a tendency of fucking the help.
He's a predator.
He's a predator.
No, he likes. He likes a little shenanigans. It's consensual.
I think Quinnipiac College wanted to be in the news today.
Yeah.
Like Letterman is going to be touching and fondling interns from Quinnipiac College.
They'll send them off to Washington, where they can be pages and have their asses pinched, and have these scraggly old congressmen berate them and use sexual innuendo.
That's why we don't have female interns here because we
Rarely,
know we can't.
very rare.
We know we can't keep our hands off them.
I know.
Fucking
It's terrible.
sexual harassment all over the
Everybody.
joint in the old days. That's
Now,
what
what's
you do.
her name? Cotton Ball chick. She was fun.
Jill was all
Jill,
right.
yeah,
she
was
works
good.
for Caroline's now. She's got a nice gig.
Got a nice gig over there. Who else was cool? What's some of them other female interns we got?
Remember what's her
Renee?
name?
Yeah, it was very nice.
Renee was nice. She blew us off to work for a morning zoo. That was real nice of her.
Francine
with the big bubble ass.
You know who my favorite was?
Not a big bubble ass, a nice bubble ass. Yes, Dan.
Do you guys remember Ugly Betty?
Oh, shit. Remember Ugly
Who
Betty?
lasted for like 2 days.
Yeah.
Wait, who was the Ugly Betty?
She was just
I
some
don't
chick.
remember now.
She came in, and
Ugly
then I
Betty.
think, you called her Ugly Betty, and then she never came in.
She was gone
Wait,
by
didn't
Friday.
she have a Rock T-shirt on?
Probably.
And K-Rock had hired her, and they were killing her on
I
instant
remember
feedback.
her.
Ugly Betty.
See, my favorite female intern was before Danny. It was a little girl named Luca.
Luca. I
Who
remember
came in
Luca.
all bruised up, and we asked her a lot of questions, and she didn't
Yeah.
want to answer any of the questions about the bruises
So we
on her
started
body.
calling her Luca.
So we started calling her Luca.
And then she disappeared.
And she disappeared, never to be seen again.
She just disappeared, Luca.
Who was she?
I don't remember
She was
anymore.
just some girl, and she was all
really
bruised
nice.
up all the
but She
time.
came in all bruised. We were trying to get the authorities involved, but
Luca.
she didn't want us meddling.
And then gone.
My favorite female intern of all time, though, is that the tall brunette, Jimmy. What was her name? And then she ended up working at BCN because she moved to Boston.
It wasn't Jennifer.
What the fuck was her name?
The big Rachel.
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 Beautiful.
Oh, wow. I forgot about
Rachel.
her.
I was in love with her.
Yeah.
You are right, Jimmy.
I wanted to take her out for a malted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was hungry.
So Quinnipiac College is warning the interns that Letterman might fondle you. What a fucking asshole that guy is. What's his name?
Fondling.
He should be
is
called an
different
asshole.
than,
I don't know.
We should say his name and go, you are an asshole. Letterman's not going to be doing that. Silvio, what do you got?
you know.
Hey guys, what's the benefit of the college saying, getting out there in the news? Opie, you said maybe to get some exposure today.
Yeah, everyone is looking for their exposure on TV. Everyone.
Isn't there a better selling point as a business of a college to be able to boast that they do have internships at the Letterman show? Because this would only make, I would think they would just stop accepting those interns. It's kind of like a, hey, okay, here's what I do now.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I had a lot of us in media, especially, we all had an intern, and holy shit, if someone said that you could intern for Letterman,
You'd have to do
God.
it. You'd have to.
You'd wear that short skirt and march your fucking little ass in there, right?
Right. Shake your round eye.
Yeah.
Shake it.
Grace Levin? Is it a broad? Grace Levin, you're an asshole.
Wow.
You're an asshole. I can't do the voice, though.
Is she
she's the Quinnipiac
feminist?
College?
Is she a feminist?
She is.
She must be, right?
I could tell from
I think
the
she's
picture.
smart enough to know that Letterman's not going to be... What I mean, the visual is what? Letterman with his pants down around his ankles, chasing young interns.
Yes.
He's busy. He's trying to put a show together. You fucking idiot.
Well, he was able to do a little fucking on the side.
Yeah, but it was all consensual.
Yep.
Yeah.
It wasn't
groping.
Letterman as a predator like this woman is kind of hinting at.
She's saying
There's a
that,
big difference.
Girls can't make up their own minds, and they will just become hypnotized by David Letterman.
Yeah.
I guess.
You guys are missing something.
What?
First of all, I always get phlegm when I eat milk. Second of all, what they're worried, it's self-interest. They're worried about being sued.
Ooh, is that her?
They're worried about sending interns who are sexually harassed and then sue the college for putting them in that position.
Is this your red eye material?
No, I just...
We can't accept your red eye material.
No, I didn't do anything
on the
about
show.
it.
This is
Like
that.
that.
That's her?
Let me see.
She just wishes someone would pay attention to her. That's where that comes from.
Never gets looked at
She
by
looks like
anybody.
Gollum.
She looks horrendous.
She's fucking...
She does.
She's got flat fucking bangs.
She has hair like an SS field marshal or a fucking like Hitler's casual hairdo.
It's just about
casual Hitler do.
It's just about all gray. The hair is. It looks like it's cut above her ears unless it's pulled back in some kind of
it's
fucking
cut
bun in
real
the back.
short.
And then the bangs are kind of hanging loosey goosey.
But the bangs are real long. She's got a giant forehead.
Oh, she is atrocious.
And look at those ears.
Oh my God.
Hear us.
What?
She can hear us.
Oh, this Randy Spears wants in. No one. Randy.
Hey, OB, you homo, it's Randy Spears.
I remember this
Randy
guy.
does a morning show on Long Island. Randy, no one's gonna go with this bit. No one knows what you're doing.
I like it.
It's me, Randy Spears, you little bitch, and you're going down. We're in competition, and I just want to let you know that you're going to be looking
You're
up.
going down.
Looking up because I'm going to be on the top. You're going to be on the bottom.
What are you even talking about?
Thanks,
I have no idea what this guy is talking about.
I guess out of nowhere, there's some Long Island press paper out there, Randy.
Yeah,
And I was-
LongIslandPress.com/best of number 15. Vote for Randy Spears. Number 1 personality on Long Island.
Yeah, it's like best Long Island personality, and I'm nominated with a bunch of zeros. And I haven't really decided if I want to win this or not, because as soon as I decide I do want to win this, it'll be mine.
OB,
Yes, Randy.
you don't even live on Long Island. How'd you get in there?
Oh, damn. You know, Randy brings up a good point there, Opie.
True.
Exactly. I'm terrible. I need to talk to your producers.
Yeah.
Where do you live? Fire Island?
Don't you worry about it.
Local
Where I
little
live,
joke.
OB, if I live in Fire
That was
Island,
Anthony.
I live in Fire
Yeah.
Island. But
Yeah.
I don't.
That's all right. Randy, now, how do they vote for you for best Long Island personality?
Oh, you go to LongIslandPress.com/best of. And then you look for Randy/WBLI, and then you vote right there.
All right, we'll see how it works out for you.
How does someone not do that?
Best of.
That's Norton.
Friend Opie.
Cast your vote.
That's
Look,
Norton. And
like-
why does this sound like Fez every time? It's the same guy.
Listen, I was wondering, maybe you could be best of Monster Creek, Opie.
What's that?
Monster Creek,
What's Monster Creek?
where the boys go down there and give head to the other little boys.
No. Oh, God, Jimmy, that was a juicy one.
Jimmy just farted on you, Randy.
Let's see who Opie's against. Shut up for just 2 seconds. It's Opie.
Randy?
Fingers from BAB.
Oh, boy, that's a tough competition.
Boomer Esiason.
A guy that Anthony fought back in the day.
Yes, Jackie Martling.
Yep.
Joan Jett.
Yep.
John Bastow, the muscle guy.
Who's John Bastow, the muscle guy?
Come on. Oh, well, Danny just voted for him.
That's terrible. He didn't vote asking me?
Oh, Jesus, Jimmy. Yeah, John Bastow.
Who's John Bastow?
He's this guy.
He's from Long Island?
Yeah. John Bastow.
Are we on BLI right now?
Yeah.
Can I curse?
No.
Why not?
Because we want our job, dude.
And what's up with the rest of the guys? They don't talk when you talk?
Who else is on that list?
Just me and Opie.
All right, we're looking at the rest of the competition.
Malibu Sue.
Oh boy, Malibu Sue. That's
Malibu
tough
Sue is
competition.
actually very good.
Yeah.
Kevin Connolly
from Entourage.
Randy.
Some guy named Randy from WBLI. Never heard of him.
Clark Gillies.
Keith Hart. And Christy Brinkley.
Wow.
A lot of big names on that list.
That's Best Long Island Personality.
Yeah.
She's also nominated for most likely to have her husband cheat with a teenager. Tee. That's what you get, silly.
All right, Randy, good luck to you. I didn't even know this was going down, so thanks for bringing it to my attention.
You little homo. We'll see you on
Oh.
All right, Randy.
Talk to yourself like that.
Yeah, well. Let's go to Gil in Connecticut. Gil.
Hey, how you doing, guys? I don't know if you remember the other morning I crashed and burned.
Nope.
But that freaking Randy Spears, he sounds like a foghorn from hell. I hope he hits a freaking iceberg.
Yeah, I guess he's popular on that BLI. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I love those from hell jokes.
Yeah.
He sounds like a what?
I'm sorry, I'm corny, but you guys are cool.
He sounds like a what from hell?
Oh, like a freaking foghorn from hell. It's Randy Spears. Ooh, I hit a rock. You know?
I liked it.
Oh, then he did.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Someone else saying he sounds like Mario
You sound
Cantone.
like a caller from Toilet.
You guys want to do a little Jocktober?
Jacktober.
Where's Sam?
Hopefully dead. Hopefully the bottom of the elevator shaft.
By the way, I've noticed the best of Long Island thing on LongIslandPress.com.
Yeah.
It's 80,000 different categories of shit.
Well, cities do this. So Long Island, I guess they feel left out. Like you get the best of Boston, the best of Philly, best of New York,
best of Tulsa,
best of Long Island. What? We don't even have a central location where we can hang out.
You're in a contest that has best vitamin store nominee, and I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, exactly. What are the choices for best
pediatrician?
Hold on,
Uncle Paul.
No,
Dr. Uncle Paul.
I pretended I was one,
but
I spelled it Petey, and they said you spelled Petey wrong in pediatrician.
Can I look at the vitamins?
Pedoetrician.
Yeah, I was checking everybody's weight. I'd put my head on a scale. Take a seat.
Best antique store nominee. Best auto repair.
Wait, the first one was bad too. Best
barber shop.
Best accounting firm.
Accounting firm.
What the fuck am I involved with?
I have to go with Sheehan and Company in
Oh,
Brightwater.
yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
That's
Or
a
Madoff.
Yeah,
I go with Madoff.
Best beer distributor.
Well,
best boat store. What?
This is
best bookstore.
Only boat store.
Horrible fucking.
Best
Who came up
bridal
with these-
dress store.
Who knows more than one boat store?
Best
Yeah, that's
building
just it.
supply.
Best camera store.
Best camera store. Best car wash.
Car wash.
Best chamber of the best chamber of commerce. The fuck is
what
this?
distinguishes one from another as being a better chamber of commerce? Although best collectible nostalgia store, I have no idea.
I would have to go with Living Legends.
Best
in Belmore.
computer service.
Best collectibles. You said that. Yeah. Okay. Best
Contractor.
contractor.
There you go.
Best day spa. Best divorce lawyer.
Oh, let's see who we got in there. Is Dominic's on. Don't check
great.
him.
Don't check his
Vote
ass.
for him.
Best
Hate
domestic auto dealership. Wow, this is some tough competition. Best downtown.
Best downtown. I'd have to go with Huntington.
Let's go with Huntington. Sure.
Gotta go with
Best
that.
dry cleaner.
Dry cleaner.
Best exterminator. This is the worst fucking best of list
Financial
ever.
institution.
Best florist. What? Best foreign auto dealership.
Foreign. That doesn't fit into it.
Best gentleman's club. All right, let me pick.
All right, hold on. I gotta go with the carousel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Wow, all the
It's
ones
one of my faves now.
Oh, Tender Trap's still up there. Okay, I'll go Tender Trap.
I go to the carousel.
Best gold buyer.
Best gold buyer.
Best hair salon.
Am we nominated?
Please vote for me.
Best handyman. Best hardware store. This doesn't end. Best hobby store.
It keeps going.
Best
Look how
jean
stupid this
store.
is.
Best jewelry store. Best landscaping company.
Law firm.
Best law firm.
This is literally
Best
the worst
lawyer.
list. How about best rape spot?
This is just
best glory hole.
This is just general business. Like, there's other categories.
Yeah, there's other category. How are they going to
What?
even? Yeah,
We're already
this
up to
is one
30 fucking
Yeah, but this
5
is-
categories in the
Well,
what?
this is just the general business category.
business. Now, if you go back,
Here,
you
let me
can
let me go to
see-
some. See, that was general business. That's arts and entertainment, general business, green, sports, health and wellness, family, non-for-profit, food and restaurants.
No one's gonna vote for half this shit.
Maybe F.H. Riley's is in food and restaurants.
Oh shit! Let's go.
Best all you can eat. No, Iraq, any
Best
suggestions?
American Continental.
Where's
Wait,
FH?
Wait, yeah, American Continental is my bro's joint. FH is not even on the fucking list.
Oh man, you're
This
being
fucking
ripped off.
best of things
Best
sucks a dick.
bagels, best bakery.
Maybe you have to. Maybe you have to
best
submit
bar,
yourself.
Best barbecue.
bar.
Best bartenders and fuck. Let's forget.
This is fun. Let's do the whole list on the air.
Yeah.
Really?
This is horrible.
What
about Quinnipiac?
Best
Best
calamari.
calamari. What?
Calamari is the easiest thing to make.
This is stupid.
Have you ever had a calamari where you go, wow, this is the best calamari I've ever
At least
had?
acceptable. Sometimes they get a little rubbery. And I don't like a lot of the octopus feet in there. I like the round rings.
Best farm stand.
I like those lightly breaded foreskins.
Best French fries. Oh my God, these best of lists suck.
How are they going to print all these?
I don't know. I guess it'll be.
And who's
all
going to
in
give a shit?
A special edition of the Long Island Press.
The only people that will give a shit are the people that actually won.
So that they could put it like on their storefront. So,
Yeah. As
it looks
seen
impressive or
in.
something. Winner of the 2010 Best of.
Wow.
I should sue them for having my name as part of this.
How did? What was the criteria for being nominated?
I don't know.
Because I'm from Long Island. I feel left out.
Best Irish bar? Do you really? Best Italian restaurant? All right, enough. Sam, what do we got for Jocktober?
Jacktober.
Somebody will be playing us, fucking reading that list.
Yeah, exactly. Can you believe they read the?
Oh, who's the best law? Oh.
Now, I've had some good pizza in Huntington. I love pizza.
Sam, Jocktober time.
Well,
Let's place to have a Budweiser. I swear that's there.
What?
Anthony's
Best
house.
place to have a
Yes.
Budweiser?
Is my house there?
No, it's a fucking photo of your Escalade.
Yes, that's great.
A lot of restaurant categories. I don't see any fucking F.H. Riley's in there.
Nope.
Oh boy, did they blow at this dumb
Not in.
newspaper. I don't
Talked
acknowledge
about
that.
Unless you have, unless you have to submit yourself to be considered.
Who
But
gives
he
a
didn't
shit
submit Opie.
if I win Best Long Island
yeah.
Personality? But to my brother, that would be a cool little thing for his business. So they
Well.
could go fuck themselves. Sam, Jocktober time. What do we got?
Jacktober.
well, we visited Memphis yesterday, and since Anthony was sickly, I decided let's stay in Memphis and visit one of their other primetime morning shows.
There's that much talent in Memphis that you could do 2 in a row.
Yes, if this satellite radio thing doesn't work out, I think you guys should move to Memphis.
Yeah, do you?
Nice.
Maney and Riley. What do we know about Maney and Riley in the morning?
They do mornings on Q107.5, which plays all the hits.
I love when
All of
stations
them.
say all the hits. Thank God they're playing all the hits.
Every hit.
Thank God.
Yes.
Aren't hits just that hits?
They're hits.
Why would you have to say we play all of them?
All the hits, not just some of
The
the hits.
reason they're hits
Well, not just the top hits, but all the hits.
because they're
No,
playing
it's not
them.
top hits. They're all
They're
the hits.
But they might leave some out, not this station.
They don't though.
Not correct. This
Popular
station does
songs
not.
are hits, and a station plays all of them
Yes.
every single time.
This station, Q107.5. And believe it or not, in between playing all the hits,
Yeah.
Maney and Riley give us a little injection of personality.
Oh, thank
Well,
God.
Jocktober starts today with this. Sam wrote this. Maney and Riley do 74 seconds of the most boring, unnecessary radio anyone's ever heard.
Yes.
I don't know. We did some boring radio just now.
We
We're
were
in the
just
best of list.
talking about a best of list.
I
for
believe
nothing.
More boring than that?
I believe that after you hear this clip, you guys will all feel pretty good about your Let's Read the List segment.
Really?
Yes.
You're confident in that?
I am.
All right, here we go. Jocktober for today. We look at Maney and Riley in the morning on Q107.5 in Memphis. All the hits.
Thanks so much for tuning in to the Q this morning. We appreciate you punching us in on your dial. Because not everybody has a rotary dial, so now you got to punch us.
Okay, gotcha.
In fact, in my car, I got 107.5, 3 out of my 6. Because I'm always curious to hear what Drex and D'Lo have to say about us. All right, well, Halloween, of course, right around the corner, and I'm going to ask you guys how much you plan on spending on your Halloween costume this year. According to the National Retail Federation, I didn't even know there was a National Retail.
I don't know if I can sit through the complete 74 seconds, Sam.
Why?
We're only halfway done.
It's not that bad.
We're only halfway done.
How much do you plan on spending?
Yes.
On your Halloween costume?
Why are people just getting crazy with their...
Well, with the economy and the recession, you might want to not spend as much as last year.
Pertinent question now.
I spent $1,400 last year. This year I'm spending $71.
Halloween is right around the corner, and it's important that since it's about 2.5 weeks away to have a new Halloween topic every day. Because if there's one thing that's on the forefront of all of our minds every morning, it's Halloween is approaching.
We did our Halloween break today, so
That's right.
we understand that. What did we say? All haunted house suck a dick.
Except the one in Ulster Park.
What are you dressing up as?
I'm not sure yet.
I'm eagerly awaiting the child that hangs himself story. Yeah, it happens every year. Some dopey kid thinks it's going to be fun, and he'll scare his friends by hanging himself, and he
Actually
hangs himself.
by accident, yeah.
You ought to go as a princess.
Oh,
touching me.
Yeah, he is leaning over and just pawing at
Uncle
you.
Paul likes Sam's multicolored nipples. He likes to tweak them. Samuel cries.
What is that?
Enough with the Bacon Brothers. Are they
Is
really
that who
making
that
music that
is?
anyone gives a shit about?
Are they? I've never heard their stuff.
They've been fucking trying to do this for years.
Let's hear it. Well, you a handsome man, Mr. Garrison.
It's horrible.
Is it Kevin plays the harmonica and his brother plays the guitar and sings.
Kevin was singing before, though, unless he was just harmonizing.
They've been trying to make it as the Bacon Brothers for years.
Like,
no one cares.
Kevin Bacon's kind of made it as an actor, and
Kind of. He's huge.
You know, that's what I mean.
And now he's trying to make
literal
his
Jim.
brother.
It's like a little sarcasm in there. Like, why is he doing this? He, kind of has a name for himself in
Maybe
Hollywood.
he kind of needs some money after Bernie done took it all.
Oh, was he on the list?
I heard he took a beating.
Yeah.
I heard that they lost everything, and that could be false.
Zoinks, that might be why he's fucking blowing a harmonica.
I hope it's not true.
He's been doing this for at least 10 years.
I want to hear some of their stuff, and then I'll shit on it if it's bad.
At the only award show that we ever went to, they were the entertainment. And that was...
What else is the NAMBLA Awards going to
do? And why the spa music with this show there?
Yeah,
Maney and Riley.
It's a new age garbage.
I don't know. My only thing, some morning shows, Scorch, for instance, take great pride in finding techno beds
that they could talk over.
Yeah,
you got to talk over techno bed.
He always played techno beds on the rock station that he worked for.
I want to hear his TV show again.
Obsessed with it.
I wish that
we're not allowed
because
copyright infringement. All the clips are still online, but it's like no
all
audio.
The YouTube clips had the audio cut out.
Because he used music that
that's not why. It was somebody with ears decided to. Yes.
Apparently,
enjoy the silent film.
Legs
He's
Zeppelin.
bringing it back.
Legs Zeppelin is
yeah.
copyrighted, of course.
Now let's get back to Maney and Riley in the morning.
National Retail Federation. I didn't even know there was a National Retail Federation.
Of course there is.
Yeah. How much do you think people plan on spending on their Halloween costume on an average? Would you say, Riley?
$100.
$100?
Yeah.
Is that what you usually spend a year? About $100?
I mean, it just depends. Like last year, I spent like $30 because I kind of just put it together, and then the year before that, it was like $70 because it was a really cool costume.
That's averaging to be.
Well, according to the National Retail Federation, Riley, you are spending almost 5 times more than everybody else.
Wow, really?
Yeah, the average is about $21.
Really?
That's how much the average person is going to spend on a Halloween costume this year, and I thought that was a little low.
Not only was that really boring, it was
Uh-huh.
completely inaccurate too. Didn't she say she spent $20 and then another year she spent what?
She said I usually spend $100. Last year I spent $30, and the year before I spent $70.
And then he said that the average is 21, which is 5 times more than she's spending, which is just
not true.
But no, because if you average hers out, it will average somewhere like
It
50
would be 50.
something. But yeah,
maybe. So she
And-
maybe twice as much.
Twice, it would be the answer,
Not
yes.
5 times.
And that's if you were listening.
Right.
But I was nodding off during that.
Really? It was only 74 seconds. And we broke it up.
If I was going to do a Halloween costume break, I would do the one that was on the news the other day about
parents?
tweens wearing provocative.
They're calling them slutty.
Provocative.
Slutty costumes.
How much do they cost?
Who gives a shit,
About $100.
Sam?
Oh, yeah, I figured.
But they're strutting around dressed like little French maids in little cat suits and things like that, just looking completely inappropriately dressed. And they went to the man on the street interviews, and people outraged. There's some outrage.
Yeah, my favorite is when someone thinks they have an original idea and they show up at the party and there's 10 others dressed exactly like them.
What happened?
Like if you're trying to do the Lady Gaga thing this year, don't. Save yourself.
A lot of people are going to be a Lady Gaga.
You know, the red thing in front of her face, that's going to be a big one.
I hate when people know who I am by my Halloween costume, Gregory.
Ted. Hi, Ted.
I put on a plastic Darth Vader mask last year, and everybody says, Theodore, how are you?
How did they know it was you?
I don't know. I said, Luke, I'm your father. And somebody punched me through my mask, black in my eye. And then they stole my candy.
Aw.
You didn't like that?
No, I was just in Trixon and Treatson.
Darth Vader mask.
Yeah, slutty
I
costume.
hate when Uncle Paul takes me Trixon and Treatson.
Trixon and Treatson? Never heard it put that way.
Let's get back to Jocktober.
Oh,
Maney and
please.
Riley continue to try to make something interesting out of Halloween, and they fail miserably.
Because I don't know what I want to be yet, so I got to be something.
Yeah, you do.
You know, and I don't
How about a
know.
boar?
I'm not a huge fan of Halloween anyway.
I never used to be before, but now it's like the one chance that you can dress up and look stupid or slutty if you even want to.
A naughty blank.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's a naughty blank. I don't know, man.
Oh,
I don't know. Because it's such a huge thing. It's like a lot of pressure. Got to dress up. You know, got to
Yeah.
go buy something.
It's
Then
not
you don't
that
want to
big
be a double.
Have these two ever met?
This guy doesn't have a thought in his head.
I like that they almost went to that interesting place that Ant was talking about with the slutty costumes.
And what's a slutty blank? Bitch, whore? What?
Probably
slutty
whore. Or
costume.
hoe.
Well, no, I think blank is insert the blank here. It could be any costume, whether it be
Costume.
The way you say costume is enraging.
Isn't it just you want to punch him
when you
square
put
in
the
his
S
face?
and the T and the U together. That's the same.
Costume.
Costume.
It's costume.
Costume.
Say customer.
Customer.
Right. There's a crisp snapping in customer.
Yes.
Why is
Customer.
costume not have a crisp
Costume.
snap in it?
Because of the yum. Because it ends in a vowel.
So what?
You're like
the rule.
You're like the
No,
Jimmy
that's
Dean.
not the rule.
You're like the Jimmy Dean guy.
Say costume.
Costume.
No, say costume.
Tomb.
No, say it.
Costume.
All right. Costume. No, that's not how
All right,
you
how do you
say
say
it.
it? How do you say it?
Trouble
Costume.
saying it.
Costume.
Costume.
You ought to see his lips when he says it. His teeth stay apart.
I think that's
it's the
what
most
makes it
fucking
cool.
punchable thing I've ever seen.
I think that's what makes it great. They can't see that out there.
Want to slug you.
I look like? Yeah, you do.
Costume.
You stick your lips out.
Costume.
Dress up like an angel.
Uncle Paul's touching you.
This kid's beautiful.
Oh, he won't tell either, Uncle Paul.
Oh, good. I hate.
He's a good boy.
Yeah, Danny would always tattle on me. He didn't mean to, but he'd drink some of that stuff and start talking a lot.
Uncle Paul, you like how he says costume?
I do. It's adorable.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll have him say it into my underpants. Costume.
Get a lot of warm air that way, right?
Yeah, he knows what I like.
Costume.
Costume.
Yeah,
Costume.
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 All right.
Maney and Riley continue to try to make something interesting. Okay, we continue with this clip.
A lot of pressure. Got to dress up. You know, gotta
Yeah.
go buy something.
It's
Then
not
you don't
that
want to
big
be a double. When you go out, you don't want somebody wearing the same thing you do.
Yeah, that's my only issue. Like, I refuse to buy my costume at one of the Halloween places around because then 60 other people are going to have it.
Yeah, I know.
Wow. Wow, that is incredibly boring.
They should go as a fired radio show.
How do you guys deal with the pressure of picking out a Halloween outfit?
Oh, my goodness. It is such pressure, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I make my own at home.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I taped a piece of toilet paper around my head and face, and I went as a boy with the mumps.
This guy's not even going to go
Fucking
dressed
mumps
up as anything.
stink.
No, neither is she. She's sitting at home.
Right.
Can I see them, Dan? Do we have photos or no?
Q107.5, Maney and Riley.
All right, let's do the next clip as Danny finds their pictures. Maney and Riley covered the Michael Jackson story. We covered the Michael Jackson story.
Exactly.
All right, this ought to be interesting.
Riley has no clue who Paul Anka is.
Yes.
Maney tries to save her and laughs at her at the end.
True
This
that.
should be good.
I think so.
Sticking you in the middle of hit music and Hollywood sleaze. It's E on the Q with Riley.
So Michael Jackson, his music goes on, but the drama goes on right along with it. This new single that's just...
When you say "but," there's supposed to be a contradiction.
Yeah.
His music goes on, but the drama goes on. You dope.
But
It should have been.
So does.
Yes, or the music goes on, but the drama doesn't, or whatever. You know,
That's the way
no-
you use the word but.
You don't say "but" and then and have a continuance.
wow.
Jackson, his music goes on, but the drama goes on right along with it. This new single that's just come out, this is it. This is the one that was released yesterday.
Right, we played it.
We like it, right?
Yeah, we debuted it.
Apparently,
Did you
this
hear it?
one
They
was
debuted
not
it.
his.
It's going to be added.
I thought we
That's why they
debuted
liked it. Yeah, we
They
debuted it.
debuted it. They just said.
No, we fucking had the world premiere yesterday, Sam.
Yep.
No, Maney and Riley just said they debuted it.
That's cute, but everyone knows we had the world premiere of the Michael Jackson song.
They're probably going to be spinning that a lot, I think, and that's why they like it. Hey, we like it.
We like it.
The PD told them, we're going to be playing this, so say you like it.
Day.
Right, we played it.
We like it, right?
Yeah, we debuted it.
Apparently, this one was not his song. There's this dude named Paul Anka that came out and said,
Paul Anka?
This dude.
What a cant.
Look, I understand she's probably.
Weigh the anchor.
I understand she's probably very young, but you gotta, if you're working in music radio, you gotta kind of know
Some
some
random
of the
dude.
pioneers.
Oh,
Paul Anka.
she's an anchor around this guy's neck.
No, I wonder if she drinks Sunka in the morning so she doesn't get all caffeinated. Oh, she has an uncle bracelet.
An uncle Fred.
You think she's a cunta?
that was released yesterday.
Right, we played it.
We like it, right?
Right.
Yeah, we debuted it.
Apparently, this one was not his song. There's this dude named Paul Anka that came out and said he and Michael were supposed to get together and do this track together as a duet. Then, deal went sour. Michael went back, took the tapes, and then there was going to be a whole sue. He was going to sue Michael,
Right.
return the tapes, but then Michael had recorded this himself. So then Anka later gave it to this person, Sapphire, who recorded it in 1990.
Anka
I think my
Paul.
dad had a Paul Anka CD or a tape around somewhere.
Well, here's a...
Why the fuck isn't this guy laughing at her for saying Paul Anka when he knows that his name's Paul Anka?
He should make her say it over. Who?
That's what I would do.
Instead,
God forbid you do some good radio.
Paul Anka.
Instead, he's coming
Staring
in.
at you idiot.
He's coming in with an anecdote about Paul Anka.
Anka.
That way, she doesn't have to be embarrassed.
Yeah.
God forbid you embarrass someone on the radio. Why is that bad?
Well, because
You do that in real life. If your fucking friend is walking around saying Paul Anka, he's going to get a beating.
That doesn't sound like friends to me.
No.
That's hurt feelings.
Michael had recorded this himself. So then Anka later gave it to this person, Sapphire, who recorded it in 1990.
I think my dad had a Paul Anka CD or a tape around somewhere. Paul Anka.
Well, here's a Sapphire's version of it.
That's the best you can do is kind of laugh very
giggle
lightly.
under his
He went Anka. Wow. Is that her right there?
She's pretty hot.
I can't tell when
Has
she's
no business being in front of a
sucking on
microphone.
a
Yeah, she's
Dunkin'
retarded,
Donuts
but
thing.
she's fucking hot.
She better not brush that hair back. There's a lot of skull showing.
Yeah, there's something going on
It's the
there.
bane of her existence. She probably spends an hour bobby pinning that shit so the wind doesn't blow it back.
Bobby pinning.
She looks like a fucking baby with a bonnet with that hairdo. There's nothing worse than a fucking chick with a bunch of wispy hairs up front. A whole bunch of skull.
Oh. Yeah, very flat. Not much body to that hair.
Has the luster of a tire iron.
Let's see her not sipping on something.
Why?
Well, I want to see
It's
what
a
she looks
coffee.
like because she makes her face kind of weird. What about one of those other pictures? Like
the amount of head
there,
showing.
yeah.
She's got youth on her side. She's all right.
Jesus, look at all that fucking.
let's
Thank
go
God
to-
that hair is there. Picture that hair.
Wow, yeah.
Oh my God.
Let's
go to-
fucking forehead like a Klingon.
Exactly. Excuse me, you with the chemo wig.
Hey, look, it's Rocky Dennis drinking fucking Dunkin' Donuts.
Why are we saying this stuff? She's cute.
She is.
Let's go to Dan
Yeah,
in New
she's
York.
cute, actually. I would
Dan.
Hey, you boys. How you doing today?
Hey,
Hi,
good.
Dan.
Good. Happy birthday, Jimmy.
Thank you, Dan.
You're quite welcome. Listen, Paul Anka, more like Uncle Paul.
I think I said that.
You did.
All right. Let's go to Dr. X. Dr. X.
The boys get recognized. Don't make a fucking monkey out of me. I didn't say monkey, did I?
Yep.
You asshole.
Joe in North Carolina. Joe.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey.
Please point out that she said Michael Jackson.
I didn't even catch that.
Did she really?
Michael Jackson and
Oh, we got to play the clip again.
what the fuck is Michael
Oh,
Jackson?
she's perfect. She's a dummy.
She is a dope.
Sticking you in the middle of hit music and Hollywood sleaze. It's E on the Q with Riley.
So Michael Jackson, his music goes on, the
Jackson.
drama goes on right.
Yeah, she
Michael
was chuckling
Jackson
a little.
and
She was just chuckling.
Manny wants to know why you're freaking out.
That's the thing.
That's their bit?
You get people to call, hey, why are you freaking out this morning?
Do they smile after they're done freaking out?
Well, I mean, it's not the rule, but they don't want to get carried away. Like, they're not calling to say super negative stuff. Just kind of keep it fun.
All right, let's listen to this.
If you are freaking out right now about something, tell us why. Hi, Michelle.
Hi,
What is it that you are freaking out about?
I'm 3 weeks late.
Oh no!
that
well,
is something to be
wait.
freaking-
Before we start saying bad things, like, would it be a good thing if you
Where you got
had
that
a
sound
baby?
effect from?
I mean, it would be a blessing, of course, but we're not engaged yet, and I am in a master's program, and I don't graduate until, I'm in my first year of my master's program, so
Have you told him?
he has an idea, because he kind of was asking me, so have you started yet? It's like, no, but don't worry, I'm just stressed.
Well, he's gonna know now, isn't he?
Michelle, he has an idea because you've been freaking out.
See, because the segment is about freaking out. So
yeah,
we kind of,
yeah. So he he freaked out.
Because Michelle was kind of downplaying and monotone, so luckily
He brought some energy to it.
Maney was there to remind everybody that we're freaking out today.
The lack of chemistry in that room is stunning.
It made me think maybe these two aren't married after all.
No,
Well,
I don't think so.
No. Michelle, the maybe pregnant woman you just heard?
Yes.
Calls back. Maney gets a little carried away.
Yeah, he gets a little like, come on, just cool your jets a little.
We just spoke with Michelle a little while ago. Michelle was 3 weeks late, and
Right.
we're asking people why are they freaking out. Well, that's a good enough reason to freak out, right, Michelle?
Yeah, it is.
Now, what happened?
My neighbor was just listening to the radio, apparently, and she knocked on my door and said, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Well, I've got a pregnancy test if you want it." I was like,
It's a nice neighbor.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so she brought it over. I took it, and we waited about 5 minutes,
Right.
and it was negative. So thank God it is.
No,
just-
Maney. Did you don't pay attention to Maney? So are you happy or
Yeah, are you happy or are you kind of sad?
I'm relieved.
Good.
I'm relieved.
Oh. Because that hallelujah is like, is that really necessary?
Yeah, you're that happy you're not going to have a little one.
Well, no, that's the guy's point of view.
Well,
yeah, he's playing the guy's point of view.
He's just
like,
being
hallelujah,
he's being a
thank
guy.
God. Yeah, he's just
actually,
being a
I
guy.
thought I was taking a dump, and when I wiped, a maraschino cherry was on the tissue. So all's well that ends well.
That's right. I grabbed my stomach like Adrian in Rocky 2, and I fucking chipped my teeth in the toilet.
So say bye-bye to little Flushy. Oh, your newborn looks a little flushed. Is he okay? Shit. It is. What an asshole. Oh, boy. Well, they seem to be having a great time with this woman. And boy, they had that hallelujah thing clip queued up pretty quickly.
That's Maney for you.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Certainly is.
Why is Duke calling us with a cankus sore? Duke.
I am developing a conquer store.
Oh, he's got he's got a conkasaur.
I got you. All right.
He got a conkasaur.
I thought we were playing I'm Freaking Out. Should we play a round of Freaking Out?
Who's freaking out this morning?
Are we getting the pilot Chesley Sullenberger in for his new book called One Decision, 3 pages? I hit birds. I landed. Epilogue.
You really?
Yeah, I knew it was going to be a special day. I had my coffee. All right.
He's got a book out?
Yes. This is why I hate saying yes to all these guest pitches.
He'll be fun, though. He'll be fun if we get him.
We're obviously not getting him. This is the days in town.
What is the thing called, the book?
I don't know.
It's called Fuck Geese. Oh, no, it's actually called Geese Are Cunts. Captain Chesley Sully Sullenberger with his new book, Geese Are Cunts. Thank you for joining us, Captain. Thank you, miss.
In the middle, there's pictures where you can just look at him hitting geese with golf clubs and fucking kicking them in their little geese asses.
You see a little sad goose with a boot in the middle of its body. Old Chesley taking care of goose business.
Chesley hates the geese.
Despises them. Half the book is goose recipes. Things you can make like dog food and cat food out of geese carcasses. He despises geese.
Chesley.
Yes.
So I guess we're not getting him on the show?
Oh, no.
He would not come on this program.
Wait, what's the name of the book?
Highest Duty.
Highest Duty. It's about someone who left an upper decker in his toilet. He had a friend come over and shit in a septic tank.
They buy the book. It has nothing to do with that fateful day.
I'll tell you.
Highest Duty. It's what was in the pilot and co-pilot seat after they hit that water.
Well, Highest Duty is whichever copy of that book is on the top of the pile. Shit. That book is gonna fucking stink.
Highest Duty.
A willful
he just
boy,
made it a bore fest.
A willful boy is saying it should be more than just the crash.
we were joking about fucking that guy today.
He'll start off
David
with
Tyree, right?
He'll start off with He'll start off talking about the crash, and then he'll go into his fucking awful, boring life.
You know, me and my wife met back in. Oh, who cares?
Exactly.
Forward, and then you just keep flipping through the pages
Yeah.
until you see plane crash.
You look for a picture of a goose, like with a startled look on his face. Hopefully, the passenger got a picture of it. Well, the geese went through the engines, and
You think the goose would look startled?
yes, it would.
And how does the goose look startled?
I don't know. His eyes bug out, and he goes, "Actually, you don't know that, but goose have hands, and they do this." Oh, his book is going to be... I wish we had a copy of it. It's going to be fucking terrible.
Yeah, gotta see that. You're right, though. It'll start out. You know, I was on the runway. It'll start all that, and then it'll kind of do a flashback
for 200 pages and finally tell us what happened.
Well, he'll say, like, we're on the runway. All was ready to go. We're taking off. We're flying. It's a lovely day out there. And then a thud. Chapter 2. My mom and daddy met on a Klan rally. No one cares.
Right, just 200 pages of horse shit.
Gives a shit.
Right.
Yeah, my
What
co-pilot
the
back was
fuck?
in prison for trading inappropriate photo. Right.
Could someone
It's highest duty. What my search for what really matters?
The landing flaps, asshole.
How about a runway.
Exactly. There was Teterboro and Newark, and you hit the fucking river, you cunt. Thanks for nothing, shit dick.
My shoes got wet. Thanks a lot.
My search for what really matters. Hats and shitty mustaches apparently made your list. Fucking mustaches and raging.
It really is.
Who is it with, Danny?
Enough with this stupid mustache.
It's with, we got to, all right.
Oh, it's some excerpts.
We got to see, let's see the excerpts.
Jeffrey Zaslow?
Yes, it should say written completely by Jeffrey Zaslow.
That's usually the case. Yep.
Photo of this guy.
Sullenberg did not write his own fucking book.
He says captain's hat in his right hand. Man, reporting for duty.
I love Zaslow.
What are some of the...
he used to do the technophone.
I knew where you were going. Oh, boy.
It stinks.
That joke should be chapter 9 of this book. Is this the beginning? Okay. The flight lasted just a few minutes, but so many of the details are rich and vivid to me. I would hope. Which ones aren't?
Yeah, don't
Like
kid
when you
him.
saw the geese and didn't get out of the way?
You are totally right. It says the wind was coming from the north, not the south, which was unusual for that time of year. And my wheels made a distinct rumbling sound as they rolled across the rural Texas airstrip. What, he's starting in Texas?
Oh, yeah, he's got to get us to LaGuardia, and I didn't know what was in store for me on that fateful day. Chapter 2. Let's see.
What, he starts in Texas?
Yeah. I had a cup of coffee.
Yes, and I remember it because it was a very strong cup of coffee, and I had a log the size of a forearm ready to fall out of my hiney. Oof. I wanted to bail out of that one before I did. Oh, no, he's back in 1967.
Oh, my God. What was it, like his first flight?
Within 2 paragraphs, he goes back to 1967.
It was June 3rd, 67. I was 16 years old.
Oh, shit.
This book is over by page 4.
It was his first solo flight.
I drew on...
He landed that one in a lake.
Yeah, exactly.
He loves the water.
He sure
Sully.
does. He used to have a kite. He'd always land it in a puddle. What are some of the chapter titles, Danny? Because they'll give away where the book is going.
Yeah.
Chapter 1, first 30 seconds. Chapter 2.
Here we go.
Chapter 1 is
a flight you'd never forget.
Oh, boy.
A pilot's life.
Chapter 2 is a pilot's life.
Yeah. Those who came before me.
All right.
Oh, no. All the older Sullenbergs who were fucking.
Measure twice, cut once.
Measure twice, cut once. All right, a chapter about his circumcision.
The gift of girls.
Oh, good. That's what I want to hear about.
Right.
How the guy who landed in the river got his first piece of ass while fucking some girl ate marmalade in the backseat of his fucking Edsel.
It's not even that good. It's probably the birth of his daughters or something.
Showing up for life. Anything is possible.
With the next one is fast, neat, average. He, I guess, analyzes the way he fucks on any different. 7 is long-term optimist, short-term realist. Wow. Hopefully one-time author. Number 8, this is the captain speaking. Chapter 9, showing up for life. Chapter 10, anything is possible. Apparently, except hitting a runway when you take off from LaGuardia. Number 11, managing the situation. This is where we're going to learn about how he got his managerial skills to be cool as a cucumber under pressure.
Managing the situation. So when Grady came and talked to him about his son.
Exactly. Well, I was about to take off, and I decided to murder my co-pilot and the family with an axe. Yeah, he was flying the Continental flight that fucking Scatman Crothers was on. That's his big black toes in the screenshot. Those giant fucking macadamia nut toes.
The view from above.
Yeah.
With 13, sudden, complete, symmetrical.
What the fucking title is that?
14 is a great chapter. Gravity.
Gravity. Let me explain gravity to you.
Yes. Chapter 15.
155. Stories heard.
Lives touched. I guess 16 is when he interviews. I bet you there's some testimony from the grateful passengers.
Yes, of course.
And they're going to discuss what they were thinking.
Yeah.
A
wild ride.
It's a wild ride. Yes.
18 is just called Home.
Home.
That was probably after. And then 19, The Question.
Okay.
Are you gay?
Yes. Why did you write this book? Why isn't this a leaflet? Why isn't this a fucking 3-paragraph blog?
Like, there's nothing about that situation that we haven't heard already.
Should have been an article in Time Magazine.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Not a book.
I want to hear about your fucking. I want to hear about when the flare got shot in your helicopter. Yeah. Well, Lance had a surfboard. We took off from LaGuardia. You shut up.
He's doing a book signing in the Long Island Sound. Just going to sit there in the water.
It'll probably be a bestseller. I would just be great. And I'm sure he'll talk about the keys to the city and meeting the president.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking gives a turkey.
Right.
Hey, we got to go back to Manny and Riley because I'm getting some intel here.
Oh, good.
A bunch of people, especially Dave S. in Philly. Have you read this whole's bio on her website? And this is the quote, she got butt by the radio bug and did a stink in Michigan. She got butt by the radio bug and did a stink in Michigan.
They're trying to be wacky or they're legitimate typos, but
Yeah. Who's our fucking
she ain't bad, you know?
webmaster? Bobo?
She don't look too bad.
There's a lot of fucking like
magic
Facebook fucking voodoo going on with those shots.
Facebook.
She purses her lips a lot.
Yeah, she knows how to look sexy. She's got one look. All right, last clip here. Manny and Riley talk about Year Read.
What?
Manny gets a bit too mean.
Oh.
So guess who's next up for Playboy Manny?
Marge Simpson. She'll be on the cover of Playboy. You said it on Friday.
That's already on the E and the Q blog if you want to check out the picture. It's actually kind of cute. But no, Tara Reid is going to be the one that wants to do it now.
Where has she been?
I don't know. You know, she went
American
down the
Pie?
tube ever since American Pie.
joking.
Yeah. She said of the magazine possibility, she said, I know there's problems with my stomach. There's bumps on it. It's uneven, but she's recently gotten over these issues and wants
She
to
came
show
to
herself
push
off.
on Friday night. We wouldn't even let her in.
Oh, stop it.
Oh, that's
She
mean.
wasn't popular enough.
You're in the Q. It's brought to you by...
That's mean. That's mean.
that's
At
not
least
right.
she told him. Boy, is that the
Did
just
you hear the jokes we just had on Sullenberger?
the duty of the whole
And
is
this-
just to be.
Right.
That's mean.
You regret some of those jokes now? They were a little mean.
Could you imagine that whole segment with a hole in here? It would have sounded a little different.
He saved so many people. I'm not going to be part of this. No, that's mean.
You guys should stop.
That's mean.
You guys should stop.
Sully was very. He was a hero, an American hero. It's mean.
He's a goose killer. I hate him. It's a murder, massacre of geese. And the Goose's family wrote a book called That Fateful Day. It's about how the goose was pinching off a nice shit in the yard.
Starts off, yeah. It's an ordinary day. It was pinching off all the fucking
shit. Ran through it like a well, you know.
People are coming up with their own titles for the book.
Like what?
Let's say hi to Tyler in Indianapolis. Tyler!
Pedo stash.
Good morning, boys.
What's up, Tyler?
Hey, now as a pilot myself that does the same thing Sully does, his total title should just be I Got Lucky. There's no way you can train for that or how good you are you can pull that off. There's no way.
Yeah, he had a lot in his favor that day.
Yeah, wind's going right. The thing, it was like glass, the river that day.
And the thing, when he hit the thing,
But, you know,
it gave him enough time in the air to make some decisions.
Come on. Guy, he did it. So, you got to give him some credit. Don't be mean.
That's right,
Oh, yeah, exactly. Don't be mean, boys.
Don't be mean to
All right,
Sully.
thank you, Tyler.
That book is going to be uninspirational dreck.
Oh.
I'm obsessed with reading it now. I ordered a Kindle.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Why? What's wrong with that?
No, so you're going to get that book for the Kindle?
The first thing I'm going to get and read it on a plane.
Oh, my God.
Can't wait till my Kindle comes.
Please give us a report.
It won't be there till next week. God damn me.
What?
The Kindle, I could have just bought one, but I bought the one that's got the international Wi-Fi. But
Why
it's
do you
not
need international? You don't
because I'm
fly
an asshole,
internationally?
Ope.
Where are you going?
I just
I
want to
don't
be
think you've
able
ever been out of the
You
country.
want to read in Japan?
But if I do, even if I do fly out of the country, I think I'm going to have to download a book immediately.
Yeah.
You would just download it ahead of time. Why did you need international Wi-Fi?
I don't know. I want to eat Sully's mustache. I want him to shave it, and I want to have it. I want to mix it in with jam and fucking eat it off a dog's dick.
Put it on top of a piece of sushi.
No, I want to suck it off a dog dick.
I know, I heard you.
What the fuck is wrong?
I love how he corrects me. No, I really want to suck it off.
You imagine if you shaved his mustache and then you mixed it up in some jam and the poor dog came over. You just grabbed him.
You got to smear it on there and then just lick off the deliciousness.
Yeah, and you watch his legs stop kicking when he realizes everything's going to be okay. He's getting blown.
Oh, my God.
Maybe that's why they don't push the show publicly and make proud announcements about it.
Yeah, I don't think Bob Edwards is talking about
of course he's not.
Sully's mustache being cut off, mixed with jam, smeared on a dog dick so he could lick it off.
No, of course
Now,
not.
guys, let's not make fun of people.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Kindle. Why is it called a Kindle?
Actually, because you're I don't know. Because maybe it's shit and you throw it in and burn it like firewood.
Oh, wait. No, come on.
Or maybe because you buy it with a Barbie.
No, it's not funny.
Oh, God, no. That was horrible.
It's awful. But no, I really want one. It's like small, and I have a Stephen King book. I'm reading Bag of Bones, and it's like a thick paperback. I'm like, what am I doing? I could
throw it in
download
the
this.
Kindle.
The Karen Carpenter story.
Bag of Bones.
Where's the Steve Carlisi story? Bag of shit.
Oh. Or no, where's the bones?
We got a guy that actually went to a Sullenberger book signing.
Really?
Wow. Brian, what do you got?
Opie, how you doing this morning, man?
Hey, Brian, what do you
walked into Walmart at 10:55 last Saturday, and there was a signing at 11. So I thought, hell, I'll go back and watch. There was about 30 people standing around. He walked in. They all applauded. He signed their books. He was out of there. It was the biggest non-event
I actually feel bad. I don't want to see the guy embarrassed like that.
No, but they're not going to be a line around the block.
I'm surprised,
for Sully.
though, man.
Well, with all the attention he got, he should have gotten a lot more fucking people showing up to his book
So they
signing.
made-
They brought him
they
out
made
during the
the-
Super Bowl.
Ah.
Guy should have people at his book
And he
signing.
waved, him and the crew waved uncomfortably long
Right.
till the middle of the third quarter. Like, get off the field, you goose murdering asshole. We have fucking wagers to cover. Hey, Goose Hitler, get off the fucking committed genocide against geese. He's a criminal. He should be arrested.
TJ in New York, what do you got?
I want Sully to die in prison alone.
Jesus, TJ.
Yeah, Sully's real name for his book is My Failed Suicide Attempt.
God damn it.
Now, Carrie.
He was actually gunning for that one goose that owed him money. Something about a golden egg. He wouldn't be specific.
Carrie, what do you got?
Good evening.
Hi, Carrie.
Question for you guys. You're bagging the shit out of him, which was not what you did the day after this shit happened.
Right.
You guys get on the plane. You, Jimmy. Who you want flying the fucking thing? The goose killer?
Mohammed Atta. Fucking asshole. Shut up. We're just having fun.
Really? Jesus, dude, yeah. Just go with the jokes. Let's say hi to Joe in Manhattan. Joe.
Yeah, the name of the book is I Was Saving Myself. You Were All Alone for the Ride.
That would be a better title. Oh, this guy wants to call you an asshole, Jimmy. Jan, go ahead.
Hey, Jimmy, fuck you, man. I'm driving down the road and you're talking about sucking dog dick. I spit coffee all over my glasses, all over my sunglasses, all over my windshield.
This guy's spitting up coffee because you, Jimmy.
You're hot as hell.
Oh, God. Oh, that book is going to be brutal. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Just I want to buy a whole box of it and see if I can skip them across the river.
Oh, I'd rather read my Fortune in a Magic 8 Ball. It's going to be fucking terrible read. Devoid of anything. Stop trying to make me feel inspired.
Someone quickly go through the book and see how many pages he spends on the actual incident and how much other horseshit's in there.
It's fun. I feel bad if he didn't have that money at this book signings, though. Is he doing any around here? Let's plug it.
He's a pilot.
No.
Nah, but
Gonna
still.
sit there.
Fuck him and his book.
I don't want to see him
Sign my
embarrassed.
book.
We said we would talk to him, and the guy blew us off. So
That's
fuck
true.
him.
All right.
He deserves everything he gets.
How about you just go? I want everybody to go to his book signing with fucking like little geese masks on and boo him. Murderer! Boo! Zell! I know you, you murderer!
Device pilot!
And he can only sell as many books as he can swallow. Oh.
He just sits there with a bunch of geese behind him, and when people come up to get their book signed, he snaps the neck and signs it in goose blood.
And then he closes the book on the goose as like a bookmarker.
Oh, he hates geese.
He really does. He caught some goose fucking a chick he was dating at one point. The goose had a cigarette, was holding her down and fucking her face. And she's like, "What's going on here?" Holy God, I want to see more of that book. It's available. Tuesday's books come out, so it's probably out.
Maybe he is coming on. Maybe he's coming in tomorrow. Who knows?
Yeah.
I doubt
That'd
it
be
now,
nice.
but,
now?
Yeah.
Oh, and of course, we'd just be nothing but nice.
Of course we would. What's that about?
Yeah,
a lot of comments on those chapters.
Interesting. Hearing he passed on radio.
Really?
Why? What does he think he talked on when he saved his own life? That fucking prick. Really, do a TV interview? Talk on the radio.
Yeah.
Fucking asshole. Sick of radio not getting respect.
No kidding.
Even though we spent 40 minutes destroying that hunk of shit with a cover.
But he did talk his way out of it through a radio.
Of course he did.
Motherfucker. How about some respect?
Yeah, well, how do you think they knew where you were landing, you dummy?
I know. They don't mention the other time when he was flying and he hit a water buffalo. He's lousy. He hit a unicorn once. Fucking clipped Superman. The balloon and up.
Shit. Oh, fuck. That makes me laugh a lot. Sully's book.
Oh.
Can't wait. I might have to read
Chapter 2. Wake up, reader. There's nothing worse than a book about one small event.
I know.
What? The Catch was good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What was it
More
called?
than a catch or whatever.
More than a catch.
Yeah, that was a
no,
good
it
book.
wasn't. No, it wasn't. It was just the catch.
Yeah, the Giants didn't even think so. They released your ass. You would think
And
they would
this-
keep him around because it was more than a catch.
And Sully, you think any pilot could write a book and put shit in it except for landing in the Hudson River? That's like the only part you'd want to read.
Of course.
Yeah.
I don't care about the good flights.
Yeah.
Every pilot could write that book.
Yeah. I could write a book about sitting in the fucking seat, reading a magazine, watching
Yeah.
a movie, and then, getting out.
Chapter 8. Turbulence from 250 to 254. Coffee spillage.
Chapter 1 through 20. I'll have another Bloody Mary. Yeah. Good old Sully. Well, who are we to make fun?
Godspeed, Sully.
Hero.
Godspeed.
Did stuff we could never do.
Yeah.
Actually save people's
Could never
lives.
crash a plane. He did exactly what I could do. What I couldn't do was avoid the geese. And neither could he. He did exactly what I could do. Fly for 3 minutes and then crash in the water with no engines. I could do that now.
Yeah, why is he special? Fucking. Let's go to Ken in Cleveland. Ken, what's going on?
Hey guys, I just saw you said Sully turned down radio, but he was on local Cleveland stations this morning.
Oh, was he?
Great. He turns down Opie and Anthony to do local fucking radio in Cleveland.
Cleveland. Great.
A place where no one has money to buy his book.
Of course not.
That makes sense.
When you see
Sully.
the Cleveland demo, they don't want his book.
Right. Phil, Minnesota.
You think,
They think Sullenberger's a new thing at
Sully
McDonald's.
has-
Fucking idiots. Yo, I want a Sullenberger. They think that's a cranky hamburger.
He could crash into Cleveland and kill no one on the ground. Empty shit city. And now that I had to add that part in.
Jesus.
Oh, fuck him.
Phil.
He was fucking
Sully
aiming for
has
the towers and he
Aflac
missed.
insurance?
He's a prick.
Phil, what do you got?
Terrorist.
Over there?
Yeah, go ahead.
go. Do you think Sully has Aflac insurance?
That's pretty fun. I don't know why that didn't
Okay.
get a laugh.
Yeah, it should have gotten
I do. I respect that one.
All right, we'll go to Ziggy in D.C. Ziggy.
Hey, morning, boys.
Hey.
I was wondering, is there a chapter in the book that describes how the fuck he survived combat missions in Nam, yet waterfowl took his ass out?
Well, there probably is stuff about his war record. But he did. I love the fact that it's with so and so. Whenever it's with so and so, I doubt that he did much writing at all. He probably just sat there with a tape recorder and told his life story, and this
then
guy
the guy
made
wrote
heads
it
or
down.
tails out of it.
Yep, that's how it works.
Drool marks where he was falling asleep as he's writing out what Sully was saying. And then the next day...
And Al's a good co-pilot. I'm sure he is.
Tom in Chicago.
Who has the worst farts? All your co-pilots. Anyone ever shart on a flight? That's what I want to hear. Do you ever wake up and get your dick sucked by your co-pilot and keep it under your hat because it was a long flight? You ever make your co-pilot suck your dick?
Yeah, he's going to have a chapter on that.
Wouldn't that be great? Smelling my co-pilot's seat. You ever get caught leaning over and taking a sniff?
leaving greasy ball mark impressions on the windshield for the next crew. It's what pilots do. It's one of the funny things pilots do that no one knows about.
Or they'll open their asshole and they'll wrap it around the knob that the next guy has to touch.
His throttle. He smells his hand, goes, fucking Sully.
That damn Sully got me again.
He's a guard.
Just wonder why there was a lima bean on top of the throttle. Go ahead, sir.
He stunk throttled me. He got names for all their little gags.
Yeah. It's like when you fuck with the fuel gauge, so you have to. You think you have plenty of fuel and you don't. And all of a sudden, you're over like a major city and you run out of gas, and you're like, "Oh, that's Sully."
You fucking glue goose feet around the engine intakes.
Or you fuck with the recordings, so whenever there's wind shear, it goes, "Your mother's a cunt. Your mother's a cunt." Little wacky pilot tricks.
Yes. Things we never knew about.
Oh, go ahead, sir.
Tom in Chicago.
Hi, you're bashing the inventor of the latest craze among geese, a new game where they fly in a circle and play Duck, Duck, Sully. Boo.
That one went in. There were no survivors.
Exactly. 1,100 men go in the water. All of them drowned myself. It's contagious, sir. I caught your bombitis.
I wish Sully was flying Henry Blake home.
Shot down over Hudson River. There were plenty of survivors.
A geese hit his engine. He spun in.
A geese hit his engine?
Geese. It was just one.
Yes, it was
but
Geese Osby of the Harlem Globetrotters.
It was conjoined geese. Ooh.
Oh, boy.
Stephen S. from Bayshore. Sully's book, From Hairlip to Hero.
Does he have a hairlip?
Does he?
He might be hiding something with that mustache.
Oh.
We should take a break.
Phew, yeah, gotta eat.
So we can breathe a little bit. Take us out there, Travis. Moving right along with the Opie and Anthony show. Not much else in the news, to be honest with you.
I like eating in fucking 3.6 minutes.
It's just amazing, right?
Wonderful.
It's what you got to do. Yesterday, Ted was talking dirty on the phone, I believe, right? Where are you, Jimmy?
Oh, my goodness.
I'm right here, bud.
Yeah, the boys took your audio and made a little something. I'm going to play right now for everybody. And then we'll do other things.
Are you looking for some hard, hot action?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I have a big one, Heather.
Let me swallow that fucking dick down my throat.
I'm gonna put it in you and
yeah.
just give it to you until you're dead.
Are you looking to get turned on like a light bulb?
Oh, my pussy is so wet. It's dripping now.
I want you to be so wet that it looks like a lake down there.
The Ted Scheckler Verbal Intercourse Emporium will connect you one-on-one for a private party with the man himself.
I'm going to spank you, madam. You've been very bad. You killed an old lady with a hammer, and I'm going to spank you for that.
Stinking hard.
It's the wildest all-live action with one hot, developmentally disabled entrepreneur with a mustache.
I'm going to lick the little man on the boat until my tongue is chapped and dry and smells.
Oh, fuck. Oh, my clitoris swollen. I'm going to come soon.
That's right, madam. I'm going to make you come so hard that people are like, hey, there's Niagara Falls in that lady's underpants.
You're in for one mediocre time.
Yeah, I'm going to come on your face. Oh, squeeze my ass.
I want you to come so hard that your cancer wing falls off.
Oh,
Rub it. Rub it quicker. Rub it so fast that people think it's lightning.
Just sit back, relax, and whip it out.
Till you're coming like nobody's business.
It's the Ted Scheckler Verbal Intercourse Emporium.
Good job, Daddy.
Holy shit, is that
funny.
real good?
Holy
That's real fucking good, man.
Oh, Ted stinks in bed.
You think so? Ted really is awful.
It's horrible.
You actually did a good job there. She got off.
I don't think it had anything to do with Ted.
Yeah, I don't think Ted helped.
No. It's so hard till her cancer wing falls off. Jesus.
Once you're coming so hard, your cancer wing. I don't know why Ted said that. It's a hard come, though.
Yeah.
Ted ain't lying.
She'd be shaking.
Well, we got a Boy Scout that was suspended from school.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Uncle
Yeah,
Paul.
they're taking care of the real problems in this country. Thank God. Listen to this.
A Delaware Cub Scouts' excitement over a prize is getting him punished and national headlines. The Christina School District suspended 6-year-old Zachary Christie for 45 days. Excited about joining the Cub Scouts, he brought this combination fork, spoon, knife camping tool to school to use at lunch. Zachary is a first grader at Downs Elementary in Newark. The school district calls it a dangerous instrument and has a zero-tolerance policy on weapons.
I agree with zero tolerance where it's needed, but I also agree with a leveraged approach to that. You know, you can't
agree with zero tolerance with a leveled approach to that.
No, it's one or
either
the
one
other.
or the other. You don't agree with zero tolerance, is what you meant to say. Oh, my God.
Oh, look at the little knife, fork, and
I had one of
fucking
those.
spoon thingy.
And I brought it to school.
Yeah, you could bring those to school. I used to wear like a buck knife on my belt.
Right.
And go to school like that. No
That
one
zero
cared.
tolerance policy, I mean, let's state the obvious, is just so dumb.
You know what, again.
A 6-year-old. What, really? You really think the 6-year-old was what? Going to stab up the whole school?
Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Poke them all to death?
Calls it a dangerous instrument and has a zero-tolerance policy on weapons.
Oh, look at the kid.
I agree with zero tolerance where it's needed, but I also agree with a leveraged approach to that. You know, you can't have, a black and white rule that it's not one size fits all.
If you bring one of these instruments to school, then there's a certain kinds of consequence that the student will face.
Zach's mom is homeschooling him instead of sending him to reform school for 45 days. She's fighting to overturn the
Reform
ruling.
school?
So what do you think? Did a
Wow.
local school district go too far, suspending a 6-year-old for 45 days for bringing a camping utensil to school? 92% say yes, 8% say no.
Yeah, suspension was overturned. There's a.
They did?
Yeah.
There's an update to the
They
story?
said that's ridiculous. Yeah.
That's not because it's not the intent to bring in. He's trying to just bring his Boy Scout
That's why
stuff.
they've gone to the point where they're not looking at intent. They're not looking at anything. Half of the pictures that kids draw get them in trouble.
Yeah.
I remember shit you used to draw.
Oh, fuck
I would sit
yeah.
there and draw like machine guns, shooting people,
flames,
you'd
smoke.
go like as you're drawing,
Little lines,
you'd
right.
talk. You'd go like, and then you go, and the guy would you draw him falling down with blood squirting out of his head. Now they would look at you, kick you out of school, send you to a shrink.
Mm-hmm. Let's go to Cody. Cody's got something on this. Cody.
Hey, boys.
Hey, Cody.
Hey, man.
Yeah, when I was like 6, I was in kindergarten. For our birthday, we got to pick out of this bag all kinds of different toys. One of the toys was a little knife that was like a buck knife type deal. I got that from my teacher when I was a kid. Now this kid's getting the boot.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
The irony's so thick you can cut it with a knife.
True.
Cody hung
shit.
up. Yeah, that shit gets you in trouble now.
That gets in trouble. You used to be able to bring things, you know.
You brought some cool stuff for show and tell, right?
Yeah.
There was always some good stuff in show and tell.
Zero tolerance policies are fucking bullshit.
Just use your fucking brain. That's all you have to do. Speaking of schools, now here's a much better school story than that. That one is like
sexy.
Whatever. Glad it worked out the right way in that little fella's case. Yeah, this is very sexy. Actually, listen to this.
The parents finding out that an apparent career pedophile has been working as a groundskeeper on school athletic fields at Rocky Point's elementary, middle, and high schools was sickening, to say the least.
I mean, he's been working for the school district for 8 years now, and nobody knew about it.
Police say
That means the guy's not a problem.
I guess he's fine.
8 years, no one knew about it. That's good.
I'm hoping to be the,
Right.
right now I'm the assistant greenskeeper. That's great. Good.
Is now, and nobody knew about it.
Police say a victim who was abused when he was 11 years old back in the 80s finally had the courage to come forward. It was info he provided that led detectives to the Sound Beach home of 46-year-old Stephen DeTorres. Police are not releasing his photo tonight as the investigation continues. They say DeTorres admitted to having a collection of child pornography that he kept hidden, buried in his backyard.
Oops.
Oh.
Like a treasure.
How would he admit
like
to
a
that?
treasure chest.
Yeah, why would you admit to that? Let them find it themselves.
Hi.
Why would you make it easy for them?
Hi, there's reports that it's buried in the yard.
You're late on your taxes.
Oh, shit. The porno's buried in the yard.
Have them awkwardly dig up your whole backyard with some fucking tractor.
I have a photo of a bunch of lads. The lads are doing illicit things.
Youngsters. There was a story, this guy, he rang up a bar tab, about 50 some odd bucks.
Oh, shit.
And he couldn't pay it. So he said, I'll leave my cell phone as collateral. And the bar attender was saying he just looked to try to find the guy's phone number to call him back to see, if he's coming in with the money. But, of course, he ends up in the guy's photo section.
They found some shit?
Finds a bunch of kiddie porn. And, of course, when the guy came back, the police were waiting for him. Arrested him, and then they went to his home computer, which was just like, ooh, smorgasbord. Smorgasbord.
Fucking
young children nude.
Was kiddie porn just spilling out of the home computer?
I was just falling out, literally.
What he should have done is when he drove back by that bar and saw 3 squad cars, he should have amscrayed home, hid the computer, and then said, I didn't load that stuff on my phone. Somebody else did.
Yeah, what an idiot. Just pull your hard drives, throw them in the water.
No, I mean, save them, but somewhere.
Why? You got all that work of gathering up all those luscious photos.
Renaming them all things that don't sound like child porn.
I think the forensics people can figure that out.
Oh, they can?
Yeah,
they're not, you're not going to throw them off.
Yeah.
I always change the wording. It's spelled kids, but with a Z, not an S.
That'll fool them.
Well, let's find out more about the groundskeeper here.
Police dug up lewd Polaroid photos of several young boys in compromising positions.
He was certainly there when they were taken, if he didn't take them.
Police are trying to figure out who the other children in the photos are. They also want to hear from any student that may have recently had contact with DeTorres at one of the schools. The district says DeTorres had a clean record when he was hired in 2001. Police say it appears he got rid of his home computer before they can examine it forensically for any child pornography. He won't be facing any criminal charges for any sex acts that took place in the 80s because the statute of limitations has run out, but he is being charged with possessing child pornography.
Oh, shit.
He threw his computer out. You know how much stuff he had on that? Would you throw the whole would you take the whole kit and caboodle and put it in the lake?
You think he had a good cry as he's throwing it in the lake?
Oh, my God. And they knew he had a computer because it was like a dust imprint of where it was.
Yeah.
And there's like speakers set up and just no computer, just a keyboard.
The carpet's got little dents in it where it was sitting
chair was?
on the feet. Yeah.
Oh, the underside of the desk looks like a fucking inside of a cave.
Jesus Christ.
Let's go to Bill in St. Louis. Bill?
Hello, Bill.
Hello.
Hey, Bill.
Hey, I just wanted to comment on this whole thing with the kid with the knife. When I was a kid, we used to have the show and tell deal.
Sure.
And for let's see, we were studying the Civil War, and I had an old Civil War rifle that I rode the Bi-State bus, which is a public bus to school. Had it in a black plastic bag. Carried it on the bus to school, showed it off, and took it back. And it was never even. Well, I did get looked at a couple times, but it was no big deal.
Could you tell that story again, but tell it as you're falling out of a window?
He wouldn't get much. He wouldn't get a lot of the story out, though, Jimmy, if he did it that way.
Oh, my God.
He'd have to talk real fast. Marcel writes, imagine having to dig up your backyard just to jerk off.
Good point, mime.
What a pain in the ass that would be. Yeah, times are different. I guess that's what he was getting at. John, what do you got?
Hey, guys. Happy birthday, Opie.
Oh, thank you.
Opie, I'm about your age. I'm 40 years old. 34 years ago, first grade.
All right, you got a few years on
old. Kids picking on me on the bus. I go home crying. Mom tells me, hey, you don't take that off anybody. Next time he picks on you, as a fourth grade, he said, you knock him one in the nose. So I did the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened to you? Nothing, right?
Bus driver takes me to the principal. Principal calls my mom in. She tells the principal, she goes after her principal for not protecting me. If that happened today, they'd probably take me away, from my mom, put her in jail for, child abuse.
Now, is that really your story, or did you get that off mostuneventfulstories.com?
Oh, my God.
No beginning, middle, or end to it.
I'm sorry, Jimmy. I was trying to make it fast.
I'm just kidding. That story stunk. It's so fucking funny. You are so fucking mean. Take your life lesson and set your fucking self on fire.
Oh, God.
I'm just teasing.
Sean in North Carolina. Sean.
Morning, Opie.
Hey, Sean.
I'm finding some inconsistencies with this guy's thinking.
Yep.
He felt it okay to leave pictures on his phone, but yet he digs a fucking hole to bury pictures in his backyard.
They're different guys.
Different
guys. The phone guy...
Ant was telling the phone guy's story.
Yeah, Ant was telling the phone guy his quote-unquote friend. And by the time he left his phone in a bar, of course. And the other one was a groundskeeper.
Well, then your phone screener needs to tell me to shut the fuck up.
Oh, shit, Travis. He's going after you. Oh, no, it's
How about
not
we
Travis.
just do
That's
that?
right. I forgot. Let's go to this guy. What do you got?
Hey, it's Andy. Anyway, I was in a library in the outskirts of Cleveland, and this guy is sitting in the library computer lab looking at...
Where the hell were you?
I was in Lakewood, Ohio. You've been there, Jimmy. I think you played there.
Yeah, I did. The Lakewood Civic Auditorium. What place were you at? I couldn't hear you.
I was in a public library.
Okay.
And I was at the computer lab, and this guy is sitting at 3 screens over from me, and he is looking at this website called Boys on Your Screen. Then this guy looks like he got out of a 70s fitness video. He's wearing the 2 short shorts with the striped socks and his creepy mustache, and he just screams pedo. I go up to the tech director and I said, look at this guy. This guy is looking at this website, and it's all softcore boy porn.
Holy shit, Danny's getting the website.
Artistic boy shots and shit like that. And the guy at the tech desk said they couldn't touch him. They wouldn't do anything to this guy.
Really?
Why
And
not?
I'm thinking, there's children in the
Jesus.
fucking room, and this guy's just sitting there having a field day, looking at his website. It was just, ugh.
Yeah, there's those weird ones that are kind of questionable but not illegal.
Well, we're on one of those sites right now. Wait, go down. There's some titles. We could try The Horse Boy. Want to try The Horse Boy?
Oh, I don't want to hear about a boy with a sore throat.
Here's
they're showing little boy faces in the shower or something.
Of course, it's a 404 not found.
It's an error.
Fuck.
It's a you're going to fucking
No
prison
kidding.
error.
Well, guys, we're waiting for Steve C in 2014 at the game. I'm punching out.
Yeah, I think he's not working today. I'm not sure, though.
That's sad.
Maury's very sad.
Damn,
too.
that's hot. What is that?
Let's say
People really love their young boys.
I don't get it.
Let's say hi to Kim in New York. Kim.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Kim.
Oh, happy birthday! So listen, I work for an airline, I do a Asian flight, and this guy from the UN, who is a ambassador, was going to Malaysia, and they stopped him in security because they saw like a knife or something. Pulled out, opened up his bag, went through it, full-blown kiddie porn, and he said it was for research. He was some doctor or something, a PhD, quote-unquote doctor for his research.
Why the Pretty hard dick. Did they arrest him?
Oh, yeah, took him out and everything.
Why, if you're going to an Asian country, why would you fly with kiddie porn?
Exactly.
It's gonna be plenty when you get there.
Yeah, that's why you're going.
It's like bringing steak to Morton's.
I knew there was
really
something there.
disgusting guys, like we know the guys we check in that are single going to like the Philippines or, it's just like they give you the ick and it's like, oh, God, we know what you're going over there for.
We've all come across the person in your life to go, yeah, I'm going to Thailand because I like the
Yeah.
beaches. And you have to look the other way like, oh, okay.
I'd like to see the,
Yeah, that's why
the
you're going
sights
there.
Close to God, yeah, right.
Right.
So do you? Who do you work for? Singapore Air?
No, I work for Cathay Pacific.
Oh my God, Cathay! They're supposed to be one of the best.
They're great. It's a great carrier, but we take anybody. We don't discriminate.
No, but they're supposed to be one of the best airlines in the world. Like,
why?
Cathay Pacific, they have an amazing first class. The food is supposed to be. Yeah, it's like them and Emirates are supposed to be like
What
the
makes
two best.
first class amazing, Jimmy?
Lie back seats.
Oh, it's first class all the way.
Where
Get your butts over there, guys.
where do you guys fly? Where does Cathay? I would love to fly Cathay Pacific, but I don't go where they go. Where's like a typical flight?
To Hong Kong. Well, you can fly actually at night. You can go to Vancouver.
How much?
The Olympics.
How much is a flight to from JFK to Hong Kong first class?
Oh, it's a lot.
How much?
Something like about $5,000.
It's got to be more than that because L.A. United on the especially United flights from JFK to L.A. are $5,000. Guaranteed.
No, they're not.
Yes, they
No,
are.
they're not.
On the premium service, it's $5,000. I don't pay it.
You go the round trip or one way? Round trip, right?
Oh, a round trip, yes.
Yeah, round trip about $8-9,000.
Oh, okay. But yeah, round trip on first class to LA is not that much money.
A lot of shekels.
Have a great. Well, come and see us. Have fun.
I would love to go on Cathay Pacific flight.
Do you do a flight a week? How many times does she
Sorry, say
fly?
again, guys?
How many times do you
lost
fly
you.
to Hong Kong in a week?
Well, they fly twice. We fly twice a day, direct.
You
We have two
personally?
direct flights.
You
no,
personally?
I don't. I'm ground staff. No.
Oh, okay.
I'm not up in the air. Yeah.
Can you get me
No.
upgraded?
Maybe. Be nice.
I'm
Always
not-
be nice. Be nice to your check-in agents. That's the best advice I can give anybody out there. Be nice because you never know when we're looking for upgrades.
Yeah, but
And look nice.
they go with frequent flyers and stuff first. I need a connection.
Well, yeah, but sometimes we're chock-a-block full and we upgrade about 20 people. So always be nice to your check-in agents. You never know.
Okay. Can we bribe them? Does that ever work?
Yeah, sure. We love bribes. We love gifts.
All right. Well, you have a great airline, I've heard. I'd love to fly it someday. Them and Singapore Air are two airlines, and Emirates. I'm dying to fly Emirates.
Why
Come
would
at
you
night-
go
Come
there?
at night and go to Vancouver. Yeah, why would you go there?
Oh, Vancouver
Go
from
it-
where, miss?
From New York.
Oh,
The
from-
night flight stops in Vancouver, and then from Vancouver we go to Hong Kong. So you can go next year for the Olympics.
Oh, or I could go do a gig in Vancouver. All right, I could fly. How much is it?
Nice.
Just
I was going to say.
how much from JFK to Vancouver?
Oh, I'm sure we'll get you a special price.
How would I know how to talk to you then?
Is it cheaper than Halloween costumes?
Are you talking to a travel agent on our show? I mean,
Is it a travel agent?
No, she
We've
works
done
for
this
the airline.
after the show.
No, she works for the airline.
Right. All right, whatever. A glorified fucking
guys.
travel agent. Thank you, Kim.
Okay, I'm at therealjimnorton@gmail.com. If you help me get like an upgrade or whatever, I'll send you pictures of my dick.
It's a good trade-off.
Yeah, you notice it won't be mine though. It'll be darker and bigger.
And now this.
More
Kansas City
turgid.
man finds a racial slur printed on his receipt after returning a pair of shoes that he bought over the weekend. Tonight, he and his family want answers.
Larry, on Friday, 22-year-old Keith Slater bought a pair of shoes at a store called Journeys here at Oak Park Mall. Now, he eventually returned those shoes after finding a cheaper pair at another store. And he did get his money back, but his family says he also got a disturbing receipt.
Oh my God!
That makes me upset. I don't want to look at that. That makes me so upset. Why would you say that?
I think
J-O-B.
That's absolutely crazy.
That was the reaction on the street to what is printed on this piece of paper. It is a receipt that 22-year-old Keith Slater got after returning a pair of shoes at Journeys in Oak Park Mall. His mother's reaction?
I mean, you know, when he showed me that receipt, I couldn't believe it.
By the time they noticed the racial slur printed on the receipt, the store was already closed for the day.
It was the N-word.
It just said nigger on it?
It was the N-word.
But how do we know? This is why the news is such pieces of shit.
Yeah.
This guy, he probably didn't write it himself, but a guy can literally just write nigger on the back of a receipt and it's a news story.
Yeah.
Like, the
Yeah.
media, you are such fucking... You're such garbage compared to what you used to be.
Yeah, it's a non-story. Offensive? Sure, to the person. I'm not saying it's not going to be offensive, but is it really a news story?
Only if it's white on black. If it's the right, and again, this is not about black people. This is about the media. The media is fucking just repugnant.
He couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. None of us got any sleep. You know, just
You're not getting sleep.
Now you're not getting sleep because of it?
Fucking kidding me?
Oh, my God.
Just some asshole.
Worry so much about it.
He couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. None of us got any sleep. You know, just thinking about it.
The next day, hoping to get answers about how these hurtful words got here, the Slaters returned to the store, but say they never got a full explanation, only that an employee entered the generic code.
And it pulled up that six or seven different choices. And the choice that...
Maybe it shouldn't be a choice.
All right. Porch, no. This one, no. No.
How is that a choice?
6 or 7 choices.
In a fucking system.
All right. Fuck you, asshole.
Right.
Generic code.
And it pulled up that six or seven different choices. And the choice that she chose was the very last choice.
I really don't doubt that this is the first time that it happened. I'm sure it's happened before, but this is probably the first time that somebody actually noticed their receipt and came back and, you know, asked about it.
Now the Slaters are waiting for answers.
To me, the appropriate thing to do, the first thing to do is to terminate the employee, because, I mean, it's just inappropriate for that to be there and then have that deleted from their system.
Fair enough. What did it say?
And in case you're wondering, Mr. Slaughter's son is actually a college student down in Springfield, and he was back here on fall break. He has already gone back out of town to return to school, so we didn't have a chance to talk with him. We also went to Journeys today to try to talk with the employees there, but no one at the store would speak to us.
So, wait, this guy might have more info. Jeremy in Kansas City. Hey, Jeremy.
Yeah, this happened several months ago. I don't know why you all just got it now, but
we're idiots.
Yeah, the funny part about this story was the guy didn't write it on there. It was actually the computer, and it was printed on the receipt, like part of the bill.
What was printed?
What did it say?
It said "nigger" on the receipt.
It was printed,
but just that, or was there something in front of it? It said words.
I don't know. That's just what they showed on the news here a few months ago. It was actual printed, like it was part of the receipt.
Like, okay, like with, beep, 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 printed
yeah,
letters.
It was part, yeah, it looked like an official receipt and it said nigger on it.
It's pretty fucked up that would be a choice in the system.
Yeah, especially for a return.
Yeah, I don't know. They said they thought that it was like a manager was disgruntled or something.
Yeah, somebody put it in the register, so when something happens, you hit a certain key, that comes up.
And somebody probably hit the wrong key and didn't notice. And why are we speculating? Who cares?
Yeah,
gotcha. But that's all I got. Thanks, boys.
All right, Jeremy,
it was
thank
a
you.
really good cash register from like 1850.
Yeah.
And maybe that...
Yes. Reason for arrest.
Purchased one.
Yes. One Negro.
The word dumb was in there, too.
Oh, was it?
Oh, dumb, okay.
Hence them saying that the kid was, in college.
Oh, all right.
From break. And
but
now
they
he's
don't,
back in college and blah,
they don't
blah,
need
blah,
to
blah,
fucking
blah.
say that the kid was a college student because the receipt said that. Like, that gives validity to the receipt. Nobody was really thinking that that's what he was. That's an ignorant statement by some manager again who was mad. You don't need to go, by the way, even if he wasn't a college student, that wouldn't be appropriate.
Every time there has to be a thing, well, he was on the honor roll, and there's things that have nothing to do with the story.
Yep.
Well liked in the neighborhood. Yeah, really?
That's right. Why was he burned by the residents?
By one person, apparently.
Oh, Tom Ladd's got it all figured out in Chicago.
What a nice name.
Actually, the SKU for those shoes is N1663R.
Oh.
So that's where the confusion
Oh.
It's pretty funny.
yeah. What? You said Didn't you say
I meant to say something, but then I thought I forgot.
Then he thought better of it.
I forgot.
All right.
A bit of a strange one. A midgets race at a race meeting in Victoria has sparked plenty of debate this morning. Thousands of racegoers at Cranbourne watched the event with hunters piggybacked dwarfs over 50 metres. Racing.
Well, what else are you going to use a dwarf for?
Piggyback dwarves, eh? Aye, nay.
Aye, nay.
Aye, nay. Aye, nay. Little buggers. Aye, nay. Yeah. Aye, nay. We're racing midgets today. Aye, nay. Aye, nay. Aye, nay.
Here we go again.
Let's race him. See if we can shove a didgeridoo up his ass. Hey, midgets. Wow.
Over 50 metres. Racing Victoria approved the stunt and claims it was just a bit of fun. One person fell and crashed into the turf but was not hurt. Victoria's Racing Minister Rob Hull says the race was an embarrassment and does nothing to promote the racing industry. But champion jockey Damien Oliver reckons people should just lighten up. What do you think? Is it fun? Is it offensive? You would think those involved could say whether it's offensive or not, couldn't you? Well, they haven't kicked up a fuss, so I don't know.
They gave consent.
Yeah,
No one
weren't
forced
roped
them
into
to
anything.
do
I
it.
wouldn't expect that.
What is it that we analyse humour so much now? Can't we just, if you don't have a sense of humour about something, just move on rather than let's just overanalyse it? How different is it to, we covered the wife-carrying races, remember, in, where were they, Norway or somewhere like that, just a couple of weeks ago on the news. Is that any different? Does that demean wives that they're being carried? Or is it just a bit of fun?
Then they beat him silly once they got him past the finish line, eh?
His accent is wacky, but he makes a great point. Why do we analyze humor? Just if you don't think it's funny, and move on.
Don't understand
That's a
it.
perfect statement.
Blackface is funny too. When they put on the blackface, do the Michael Jackson bit.
CNN's doing a whole piece on that today.
Are they?
Why?
Is blackface ever funny? Or
Yes!
something like that.
They're making fun of Michael Jackson and his shitty fucking white skin.
And then they went through the history of entertainment, showing all the people doing the blackface thing.
It was not funny when it's used to discriminate against blacks or to be caricaturish or humiliating. But if it's legitimately done to make fun of Michael Jackson and the fact that he was no longer black, it's acceptable. Fuck him. God, I'm sick of the fucking hypersensitivity when it comes to this guy. Fuck him.
Yeah, but Harry Connick Jr. was not happy.
Fuck him, too, and his
He
stinky
wasn't
music.
happy.
You
what
know
a
what
bore he is.
You know what that whole thing was? He was just like, this is going to get me fucked. If I sit here and just,
was
don't
trying to
say
save his
anything.
ass.
Because
But he has no ass to save. Where the fuck has he been for the last
but
10
it's
years?
New Orleans. He has real strong ties to New Orleans and shit. So
he's a crooner.
He's got
I
a
know you like your crooners.
crooner. I croon.
Can we hear a little Harry Connick Jr.?
Oh, he's a fucking bore.
His shit is good.
His shit is not good.
He's the new crooner for a new generation.
God, is he fucking boring.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Like when he smashed into the canyon wall in Independence Day. Yeah, that
Harry
was the best.
Connick Jr. hit it. Listen to the crooner for the new generation.
Ugh.
Hate jazz drums.
You don't like this?
You're not even fucking playing.
What could possibly be wrong with this so far?
I could do this. Jimmy could play this on drums. He has. Back in the New York groove.
Here he goes.
Dunk.
So easy to love.
Whoa.
So easy to idolize all others above.
When someone farts?
So
what year is it?
It's yearning for.
He has a great voice, but it's boring music.
So swell.
Ah.
To keep every home fire burning for. We'd be so grand. So happy together.
What music is like? Some music is made for fucking. Some is made for driving fast. What is this for?
I don't know. Like you're hanging out around a fire.
It's made for dancing in a fucking ballroom party in The Shining.
Yes. Get some avocado spilt on you.
Yes. Then you taught how to murder your fucking wife and child with a fucking woodsman's weapon.
Woo! Yeah.
Are we done with Harry Connick Jr.?
Now what, does he just stand there while the band fucking does this self-indulgent bullshit?
Well,
fucking jazz. Jazz sucks a dick.
I think this one was aimed at Jimmy.
What is this?
Casey Wall writes, Opie, Harry Connick wasn't in Black Sabbath, so he couldn't be good.
No, I acknowledge that his voice is very good, but it's boring music. I like a lot more than Black Sabbath, mister.
Oh. And the horn players just looking at each other like, wow, that's great. And everybody else is going, falling asleep. Fuck. Ugh. I'm disgusted by this.
Jazz is weird. Like, just people like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar people love jazz. I just can't get into it.
Oh, well, he was playing jazz as he's sticking broads. If you're sticking broads, you throw a little jazz on.
Woody Allen loves jazz.
No.
That you can't see your future with me, 'cause you
What about Miles Davis?
Fuck him, too.
Oh, God. Copper skin.
Exactly.
Well, Miles Davis?
Yeah.
Oh.
Why?
Tony Bennett.
He did Kind of Blue or something like that. One of the greatest albums ever, according to a lot of critics.
Blue, all right.
You want to hear a little Miles Davis?
Oh.
Sure.
Oh, God.
Travis, you got a little Miles Davis? A little different than the Harry Connick Jr. Here's Miles Davis.
What's the name of the big album?
Kind of Blue or something like that.
Yeah. I'll do the same joke. Kind of Blue.
Yeah. It's the opening of a Pulp Fiction novel.
People just love this. She walked in. She had a beautiful pair of stems.
Right.
She sat down and started spilling her problems to me. I offered her a glass of scotch. She took it. Drank it faster than I did. Seemed like a gal with big problems. That's the only thing this music is good for. I lit up her cigarette and offered her one. She took it, put it between her beautiful ruby red lips and lit up. We started talking about her problems. Seems she was a dame that was in a lot of trouble. She'd hooked up with a gentleman that wasn't quite as big a gentleman as he... Yeah, all right.
I like it.
This is not.
This is like
not
books
as
on
bad.
tape. I like this.
This is actually
Continue.
not as bad.
I'm going to close my eyes now. Anthony's reading me a story.
As she sat
Working
there
garbage barge.
swinging her stem back and forth with a red high-heeled shoe on it.
Yeah.
I couldn't help but look up at her big fucking hairy pussy. Because, you know, it's back in the day where they didn't shave.
But this was a simpler time. You can't say big hairy pussy. They worked their way around that stuff.
Ah. All right. Looked like Rutherford B. Hayes under her dress. He did have a big beard, right?
Yeah,
Hope so.
I think so.
This stinks.
What's wrong with it?
No, this isn't that bad. It's not my style, but it's like at least it's tolerable.
This is background music to a Twilight Zone episode where a guy is walking down the street with a fedora.
Jimmy, someone else going after you. A guy named John writes, keep listening to your 7th grader metal.
Well, this doesn't make you more mature because you like this.
Mm-hmm.
I acknowledge this is good. It's not my style.
This was the great Miles Davis.
Yeah, this is actually a lot better than this is.
This is terrible.
No, this isn't.
No, it's horrid.
No, you know why? It's followable. Like, you can follow why. I can understand this nice horn playing. It's not just a bunch of disjointed shit. This is just slow.
No, this is jointed shit.
This is background stuff. Nothing wrong with a little background music.
No, there's everything wrong with background music. Background to what?
I don't
Your
mind
life?
this.
You know what,
Anthony? I don't mind this.
This is terrible.
You know what? When I'm tweeting my sunset pictures, I get inspiration. I put a little Miles Davis on the background.
You don't tweet sunset pictures.
It sets the
really
mood.
hope you don't put on this
It
music.
sets the mood, so I get the shot just right.
It's the mood for sleep. I couldn't even sleep to this. I'd be so annoyed and pissed off.
Now the problem with this type of stuff, when you do put it on to nap, there's always a part of it that just pops that wakes you right the fuck up. Yeah, something like that. You're like, what the fuck?
Let me tootly do to it.
Yeah, do a little tootly.
I don't even know it.
Kevin from Connecticut writes, her eyes said no, but her clitoris said yes. Tom in Chicago's gonna educate us on jazz. This break was meant to happen. Tom in
educate us.
Chicago.
Hey guys.
Hey, Jay.
I'm probably gonna get ripped a new one, but
Hey man, keep on the Miles Davis.
there's better musicianship when you're talking about jazz musicians. They understand more about the music.
But
and
that
you're
doesn't
also
mean we're
talking
supposed to
about a lot of
like it.
You're also talking about a lot of different types of jazz.
Let me ask you, too.
Obviously, you guys hate the big band stuff.
Who's the biggest, Buddy Rich was the jazz drummer? Who's one of the best drummers ever, right?
Buddy Rich was the biggest drummer, big band drummer. Gene Krupa.
Oh, Krupa, yeah.
So those guys are pretty much the biggest drummers.
Yeah, they're good musicians. I mean, you can't say they're not good musicians.
But it's self-indulgent. Not many people enjoy this shit.
And
it's about taking something like chord changes and seeing what they can do with it, what new melodies they can bring to the song, what new ideas.
Yeah, man. Oh, just
We need
shut
some new
up.
ideas,
New
man.
ideas. Yeah, so they get 5 guys that are playing a different song, it sounds like, every fucking time.
You don't like this, Ant?
The drummer's going off on some... And the bass player... And the horn player. They're all playing something different.
You don't like this, though?
If I had to sit in a club and watch this band play, I would be heaving fucking rocks glasses at the trumpet player's head.
What if a dame was tickling your balls, though?
Well, I'd feel good if a dame was tickling my balls.
While you're listening to this.
Yeah, she walked in. The smell of whiskey breath was on my dick in 2 seconds. She needed a private eye. But she didn't have any bread. No dough, cash. I did it gratis.
We should just fucking play the whole album
Oh,
and just leave.
It would just sound like this.
And just leave.
The whole thing. Listen, okay, listen to the drums.
I could do
And
that.
then listen to the piano. They're not even doing it.
But you can't do that part. That's the part.
The horn is great.
Yeah.
The horn is not great.
I could do the...
The horn is a horn. Who cares?
It's got some feeling to it. I don't mind Miles Davis. I was wrong. Compared to other stuff, I don't mind him.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I typically loathe jazz.
He's dead.
He's not dead.
this.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Miles Davis is dead.
He lives in
on.
Schenectady.
He lives on through his music.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. All right, should we move on from this?
Please, I'm begging. Oh,
why does it bother you so much?
Because it's not good. This isn't good music.
All right, listen. This could be a good exercise. Matt in New York is into this, so he has a request. He goes, Opie, play flamenco sketches off Kind of Blue.
I bet it sounds exactly like what we're listening
Let's find
to right
out.
now.
Let's find out. For Matt.
What's it called?
Flamenco sketches.
Tell me when you change it, because I won't know.
Flamenco sketches?
Yeah.
That sounds like a fucking character who hangs out with Ted and Uncle Paul.
Is this flamenco sketches?
Is it?
I don't know.
All right. Look.
Is this it?
Are you getting a thumbs up?
It's a continuation of the same song.
Yeah, 10 seconds ago.
What? Really? You changed it 10 seconds ago? Why are you requesting this?
Look.
We already had this
See,
song on.
This song was on. What makes this any better or worse or
I like
different
this. God,
than the last song?
I have to say I like it. I'm dead serious. Seriously. I didn't like Harry Connick Jr. I thought he stunk. All right, shut up with this lousy horn.
How do you listen to this at
Well, while the coffee's brewing on a Sunday.
Fuck
And
that
you got
noise.
your Sudoku puzzle.
You put on World's Wildest Police Chases. It's fun. Fun to watch.
That's
Love
true.
that show.
Do you?
Yes.
Look when they crash.
Oh, they're great. They try to run out on foot. Cop tases them. That's fun. That's background.
It's such a no-win when you're running on foot.
Stop running from the police, you dummy.
Just pull over and behave.
The helicopter's chasing them.
You got to hear Don in Georgia. Don, what do you got? As you listen to Kind of Blue stuff from Miles Davis. Yeah.
Happy birthday, Uni.
Yeah.
Hey, I was going to say, every time I hear this shit, all I can think about is Charlie Brown and Linus looking for a goddamn Christmas tree.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Yeah.
So that's a good line right there.
What's this song?
This is Flamenco Sketches.
What is that? Who's flamenco?
What is it?
And what is he
mean?
drawing?
Who gives a shit?
I don't know. Vulture Squad wants in on our jazz break. Vulture Squad. Talk jazzy, will ya?
I got two fun jazz facts for you this morning.
Scooby-Doo.
All right, Scooby-Doo. The first one is the acclaimed drummer Buddy Rich used to play with his hands, and everyone thought that was real cool. But he did that because he couldn't hold the drumsticks after shooting up so many times. He lost all the veins in his arms.
Yeah,
all right. The other thing is John Coltrane, right?
Yes.
Everyone thinks John Coltrane was a poor black man playing in the ghetto, right? Lived in the ghetto. He lived in Dix Hills in one of the biggest houses of its time, and he had a state-of-the-art recording studio in his basement.
Doesn't matter.
That's what I got for you. But it's just jazz is the big lie. Everybody wants to like it if it's in the ghetto.
Jazz
not
is
if
a
it's
big
in Dix
lie.
Hills.
I don't know, sir.
A lot of the stars like their heron.
Yeah.
They enjoy their heron.
She was blues. Is Miles Davis blues or jazz or both?
Well, he did some, would you call it fusion stuff?
What would you call it, Ant?
Shit! Utter shit!
I can't relax
I
ever.
can't. I hate this.
You need constant, hardcore activity in your life.
No, I don't even like.
You never just put something on in the background? It's kind of just there in the background.
Why can't you listen to like?
What do you put on in the background?
Background?
Sometimes it's good to have just background music.
Hitler speeches.
Yeah, those are good marches. I would listen to just like fucking mellow rock more than this. Yeah, Nirvana Unplugged.
Yeah, that's good.
No, I'd listen to like even stupid soft rock would beat the shit out of this. At least you could follow it. Maybe get a burst of nostalgia in your head instead of this fucking garbage.
Well, it's not supposed to make you angry.
I am pissed off at this music. The trumpet is drilling through my skull.
Let's go to
He's
Ryan.
probably got the fucking plunger thing on the front. Wah, wah. Does he do that in one song?
What is it?
Wah,
The
wah,
mute?
wah. The mute.
Is it called the mute?
I wish I was mute listening to this. Well, I wouldn't be listening.
Hey,
mute.
No, you can hear if you're mute. It's if you're deaf that you can't hear.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I
You
thought
should have
if
been
you
mute
were-
when that joke was coming up. I wish I was mute when I was listening to this so you couldn't voice your objections.
I'm a tool.
Let's go to Dennis. Dennis.
Hey, what's up, boys? You're listening to some real crap right now. There's much better stuff out there. Charlie Parker's ornithology solo is very.
This is crap. It's just
I bet you if we put the Charlie Parker song on, we wouldn't even know when Travis segged into the Charlie Parker song.
Oh, it's way faster.
Wait,
way
well, Bob
faster.
Eaton's here. Let's get Bob's opinion. Bob plays.
Oh, he does.
Oh, Bob is here. We should ask him about jazz.
I guess we're starting Halloween early, huh?
Yes.
Oh, God.
You want Bob on the radio?
Yes.
Really? All right, his mic's on.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The second he starts talking, I'm going to be, could you put the jazz back on?
Where is he?
He can't open the door. He's weak.
Why doesn't he want to come on? What's he doing?
You want to talk about jazz, Bob?
We're talking about jazz.
We're talking about jazz.
Why? We need your opinion. Classical?
Classical. Holy shit.
Is this the French horn?
He plays the French horn. Leave
I
him
know he
alone.
does. That's what he calls it. Through glory holes.
He likes his French horn.
He sure does. And there's French frosting shot out of the horn all over his cheeks.
Oh, shit.
Plays the
Oh, here. All right, we got Paul in New York. We're getting somewhere with our jazz break. Paul.
Hey guys, this music sounds like something Buddy Kelly would listen to sound more interesting. Dude, you put some coffee in.
You know what, dude? It ebbs and flows. You sit down, boom, you relax. You know, you got your cup, you got your pound of marmalade.
All right, are we done with this? Let's say hi to Jay in Virginia. Jay?
Hey, boys.
Hey.
As terrible as this sounds, Miles Davis did a cover of Time After Time by Cyndi Lauper. It's actually not bad, and if you want some decent chill-out kind of rock, Mark Knopfler just did a cover of Brothers in Arms. It's his song, but he did it with the Philharmonic Orchestra, I think. It's really awesome. Fly.
This is drivel.
You want to hear Cyndi Lauper?
Yeah, no one hears
I mean, Miles
cover.
Davis do a little Cyndi Lauper?
Yeah.
We got that, Travis?
Girls just want to have fun.
See Miles Davis do a song I didn't like when she did it.
This is Time After Time.
Yeah.
Yes. If this is her version, by the way, I'm going to kick Travis in his chest.
No, you could already tell it's not, though.
It's Kenny G sounding shit. Oh my God!
It is Kenny G.
People
I
say
feel like I'm in an elevator.
Yeah, they're asking if they're in an elevator.
Yeah. And you really want to get into some Miles Davis? John in Georgia says we should play Bitches Brew for you. The first abstract jazz fusion song.
Oh, I bet that's great. Bitches Brew?
Is this it?
Yeah. Put on Bitches Brew, Travis.
All right, here's Bitches Brew for Anthony. The first abstract jazz fusion.
By the way, the guy... Oh.
Are you getting ahead?
By the way, the guy that suggested that last song is a homo.
Yeah, that's a little weird to like that.
It's 26 minutes long.
It's 26 minutes of this shit.
All right, I guess we'll see you tomorrow.
Look.
Listen, there's some jazz fusion going on. They're
They're
mixing
not
some.
playing the same. I could play with this. I could play this.
They're mixing some shit up here.
I don't play an instrument. I could grab the bass and play.
You
to
got an
this.
instrument right in front of you.
I did toodly-doo already. This is upsetting.
It sounds like the moment where Quincy is walking down the hall to confront somebody. It's like this is the walking music.
Yes.
That's right.
Abigail.
Abigail. They were trying to give her a lollipop overdose. An overdose of Eatman. They make Bob talk to her till she falls over and hits her head.
Awful.
Why? They got some stuff going on in here. I don't know what it is, but
Oh!
the instruments are talking to you.
There's no reason to listen to this.
It sounds like when the T-1000 is melting at the end of Terminator 2.
Yeah. There's no reason for anyone to put this on and go, yeah, unless you want a bad acid trip. Like, drop a head of acid, listen to this, and freak out.
You would have some good trips.
I had a dream. I imagined a hot dog was talking to me. That's what it sounds like, that music. And when I bit into it, the hot dog screamed. It said, "Don't eat me, I have a family."
How many minutes left in this?
25.
Jimmy's not even looking anymore.
24:30.
24:30. Is it getting good?
I don't hate it. I honestly don't hate it.
But how do you know when it's getting good?
Jimmy, you're a weirdo.
Miles Davis,
Jimmy's
I don't
a
hate.
weirdo.
No, The Kind of Blue wasn't bad. I would never listen to this.
No.
I actually bought Kind of Blue by Miles Davis.
I don't think you're going to be seeing any Miles Davis rock band coming out.
No.
You know?
Why not?
Yeah.
Because all you're going to have to do is bang on the fucking drums.
Your party would be very
play the guitar.
confused.
You wouldn't have to do anything.
Your party would just be very confused.
You'd rock every time because you could just bang on the instruments. This is shit. This should be called accidentally dropped the equipment when it was plugged in.
Oh, this is a good point. Mongo the trucker. Mongo.
I think I know why Anthony doesn't like this. Most of us use jazz to get our women in the mood, and he's used to using SpongeBob.
Ooh. SpongeBob.
Let's go to Matt in Queensbury. Matt.
Bob's old now.
Hey, guys. I think one of the problems here is none of this stuff has any guitar in it. It's just all horns and bullshit. If you check out, like, Vital Information, if you go to YouTube and look them up, they have a song called Rattle Trap. If you skip to about 4:55, you can see the guitar player start soloing, and it's probably the best guitar
That's
player
usually the
you'll
end
ever
of a
see.
song.
I shan't listen to that.
Look at the
dribble.
phones, though. They all want to talk about it. Our listeners
This
are into the
stinks.
jazz scene, Ann.
No, they're not. They hate it.
Look at them. They're all
They
into it.
hate
Vital
it.
Information has Steve Smith on drums. He used to play with Journey.
Steve
Yeah.
Smith used to play with Journey?
Right.
Yeah.
And Neil Sean used to play with Santana. Who gives a shit?
No, I'm telling you, check this out. You like guitar
No,
playing, and
it's
this is-
horrible. It's jazz. Shut up. Shut up. I hate you.
Let's go to Michelle. Michelle.
Tom and Jerry cartoons when you were a kid
Ah.
had the snow when Tom got kicked out of the townhouse, and they used to play this jazz. And it drove me crazy as a kid. You were like on some sort of mind trip. I don't know what
Yeah,
you
it
were
is
writing.
true.
Yeah, but Anthony loves cartoons, so you
Yeah,
should be
but-
liking this stuff. It should
No.
bring you back to the cartoon.
No, I like Bugs Bunny.
Do you remember this on Tom and Jerry, though, when they did this? It was horrible.
Yeah, they used a lot of jazz in Tom and Jerry.
It was horrible. Punch it out.
All right,
Bye.
Michelle, thank you. We got a jazz guitarist. Why don't you tell him what he does as shit for a living?
It
Anthony?
is.
Shane.
Hey, what's up, boys?
Hey.
Hoping I can shed some light on this for you. When jazz first started, it was like dance music, and that was like the 20s and 30s. And as it evolved, it really became more of music for the people because these black artists got sick and tired of playing their music for a white audience. So it really involved.
So it's got to be a racial thing. Shut up and learn
It
how to
was a
play the
racial
guitar. Learn how to play the guitar. Learn how to play real songs with melodies.
Okay,
Listen to
I
this.
will.
There's no melody to this shit. You can't
No,
sing
I-
along to this. I'm singing along to jazz.
You want people to tweet some jazz suggestions for you today?
No.
Why? Then you can have an open mind about this. Patty, what's going on?
Mine's open.
You're welcome to Starbucks. How can I help you? How can I take your order?
Take your order.
Punch it out.
Very good. All right, this was our jazz break.
Yeah.
Oh, Howie likes this. Howie in the city. Howie.
That shit should be called bitches. Boo.
Why? We don't even know if it's good yet. It's not even half over. How many more minutes?
We have 20 minutes left, guys.
20 minutes to go in the song ad. They felt it necessary for
I'm
this to be
dumbfounded.
26 minutes long.
This is longer than like a sitcom without commercials.
Yeah, you could watch a whole Seinfeld episode.
I'd rather.
Yeah, of course you'd rather.
Any day. One
All
I've seen 800 times, which is all of them.
All right, should we take a break?
I popped in the box set the other day. That, believe it or not, George Isn't at Home episode is so fucking funny. But where could I be? And he shrugs his shoulders.
Right.
It's fucking hysterical. How do you not laugh every time at that? I fucking love that one.
How important is this music? Oh, well, Larry King wants in. Larry!
Hey, how important is this music when a new sheriff rides in a rock race?
The new sheriff of Rock Ridge.
Nice. Very good. And we got Bob Dylan checking in. Mr. Dylan.
Hey, boys, if you like this, you should check out my XM channel, Dream Time Radio Hour. Dream,
Bob in Kansas City. Bob.
Yeah, my dentist used to play this shit so he could put you to sleep in a chair before he started.
In the chair.
Yeah.
You just sit in that chair.
Punch it out, boys.
Word to be shuddy ye.
You know, the one person that liked this the most left the studio. Let it be known. Jimmy left the studio. He was the one that was enjoying this the most. Eric in Boston. Eric.
Hey, jazz sucks a dick. Anybody who
Thank
likes
you.
jazz should rip their cock off and shove it up their ass.
Thank you.
And there you go.
You're so fucking right.
That will end our jazz break, Anthony.
Oh. Our jazz break is done?
That was a good jazz break. We're going to have to add that to the repertoire.
Look at this. I got a text from my good friend, Patrice O'Neill.
Okay.
Jazz is fucking horrendous.
So why doesn't he call the show?
What can you do to this shit? Not dance, fuck, or drive. You have to crawl inside these niggas to understand what they meant. It's true. He's right. That's what I'm saying. Like, what do you do to that music? Music needs to be, if it's going to be part of your life, you need, even if you're just relaxing, it needs to do something for you. You can't relax to this shit. You're not sitting there. No, you're not.
Not the jazz
Listen
fusion,
to it.
but the Miles Davis kind of blue. You throw that on in the background.
Maybe.
But you don't get up early. It's
But
good
this
getting up
shit-
early music.
Getting up early, listen to that crap. No, I kill myself. That's so depressing. The prospect of being up early, listening to that is depressing.
Patrice is calling my phone. I said, call the show. Patrice. What?
Oh, he doesn't have the hotline number.
But I fucking decided I don't.
You don't like the
Stuff
jazz,
is
Patrice?
horrid.
Yeah, we got you on the
Well,
radio.
kinda.
It's not the best way to get you on the radio, but... All right, it's... what's the number?
Can't give him the hotline number
Why?
over the air. 'cause
What's the
then
number, Danny?
It's not a hotline anymore.
212.
212.
Oh, no.
No, don't say it. Just text it to me. Text it.
All right. Yeah, I'll text it to him.
All right, we're going to test that.
I'll text it to him.
How do you spell out eat a
Write
dick?
that
212
fucking
eat
thing
a
down.
dick.
No.
All right, Patrice, I'm going to...
Oh, do you have his number?
I should, yeah.
I
hope I do.
You text him?
That means we got to continue with our jazz break.
Scoodly wow wow.
You don't like Miles Davis?
Dude, what can you... What? I tried to have my... The only thing jazz is good for is to have jazzy shit around because girls like it.
Jazzy shit.
Some motherfucker with a horn. It's a pussy thing, but I don't get it. I don't get
Yep.
it. I used to think I was a white person for a long time because I could not figure out how to like jazz. It sucks.
I hate
and
it.
I'm like, fuck it. I'm 40 now. Fuck it. This jazz stinks.
Yeah, it does. It stinks. It doesn't serve any purpose.
With a room full of white guys just putting down jazz, but I absolutely agree. I don't get it. Don't get it.
Can't do anything to it.
Felonious, really, motherfucker? Eat ass, nigga.
You're not liking our jazz break?
Stinks.
I'm getting some enjoyment from this break. I don't know why. I like white boy drug music better than jazz. The fucking the psychedelic drugs. These niggas should have took acid and they would have been having better music.
Yeah.
Heroin makes shit just too slow.
You gotta speed that shit up.
Nigga, I like Yellow Submarine better than this.
That's a horrible Beatles song.
Yeah, it had like a melody.
Oh, right on.
Cool, man.
Patrice O'Neill, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow, Patrice. There he goes. Fucking, he's hating the jazz break.
Oh, it's this music is. There's no melody to it, is what it is. I need a melodic song. Well, this is disjointed shit.
Hey, Jimmy.
Where they're all playing
Wait.
something different.
I gotta ask Jimmy. Jimmy, you left probably 10 minutes ago. What have you been doing? You went, took a leak, maybe?
No, talking to Bob.
Said hi to Bob, right? The song still has, I don't know. It's only half over.
Yeah, we got 14 minutes left.
14 minutes. It's
honestly.
officially not even half over. And you just had a conversation with Bob.
I honestly don't hate this.
Honestly, no, listen. Listen to the piano. Or whatever the fuck that is. And then listen to the bass. And then listen to the brushes on the drums. They're not fucking playing anything together.
How'd you know all that was happening, you weirdo?
Because you could hear all the different fucking music, and it stinks. There's nothing being played melodic.
On cue, you said that.
I know, I'm amazing.
That was a little weird.
A melodic.
A mongrel. It's terrible.
All right. I think we got it.
Oh, please, we're done.
We're
Please.
done with our jazz break.
Turn this shit off.
Larry King, everyone. Larry!
Hey, boys.
Hey, Larry.
How important is the lack of melody and untuned instruments in jazz music? Go.
Yeah, how important is the untuned instruments? Very good. Let's go to Larry King. Larry!
Gentlemen,
Hey.
I know I've asked this a million times, but how important is the listener to the show?
Yeah.
All right.
I hear that, too.
Tony in Brooklyn. Tony.
Yeah, Anthony, you're forcing me to listen to your competitors with this music. You're killing me here.
Anthony?
Yeah, Anthony, what the fuck?
I didn't put this shit on, my friend.
What the fuck? We wanted to do maybe a minute on this as a goof.
Holy cow.
What the
listeners,
fuck?
The listener's confused.
Oh, get this stuff out of here, please.
Hey, man, Ann wants it on. What can I tell you?
No, I hate jazz. Turn it off. Turn it off.
Turn it
off. Turn it off.
Yeah, where's our turn it off clip? We haven't played it in a while.
Yeah.
Do we still have that one? It's one of my favorites of all time. Eric. Hey, Opie, do we have to listen to the words? They aren't saying anything, man. Oh, you guys want to listen to Frank Zappa? Cyborgus?
No, he's another one that, like, his
He's a little
melodic
weird.
stuff I liked, but then he got really crazy into the jazzy shit.
Does his asshole hurt more and more?
Oh.
Jesus.
I want to strap two of Sully's books over my ears.
Zappa was scared of the fingers in his ass by
Oh,
the doctor.
he didn't like it.
He avoided the doctor, and that got
Yes.
the best of him in the end.
I gotta pee.
Yeah, all right. We're going to take a break. That'll conclude our jazz break. I mean,
Thank
look at the phones,
God.
though. I think we got to go down this road again.
No.
Maybe tomorrow when Patrice is here, we can enjoy some more
They
jazz.
all hate
Oh,
it.
is he in tomorrow? Good.
I think so, yeah.
Cool.
All right. Want to just play the song out at least?
Yeah.
For the people that are enjoying
Oh,
it?
no. Come on. Don't.
All right, Travis, get us out of here.